And we are live.
Hello.
We are back for part two to talk about the I can't breathe as it relates to the CO2s in the atmosphere, commonly known as the change in climate.
Mm-hmm.
But we are back, and we'll give like a brief recap where we left off. Um, so I'll just play some of these slides as we're talking so we can just get us all caught back up.
Hello, everybody. I can't see who's watching. So if y'all can say hello in the chat, that's the only way I'm gonna know if y'all watching because I can't see y'all. So leave me some comments so I can know if I know y'all.
Edna's here. How you doing, Edna?
Well, of course you're gonna say hello to Edna when I say I can't see. Hey Edna.
Oh, you can't see anybody commenting?
Now I see it. Oh, Edna. Hey Edna. It's Erica. Erica. Oh, she's calling somebody else Mimi, I guess.
Oh, Mimi must be in the chat.
Hey Mimi.
Yeah, so basically, sorry we're late. I had some difficulties getting started. But if it happens again, it will be Erica's fault the next time.
No, we already talked about this, y'all. So for maybe we can talk about it later. But I was talking to Tamara about how we always be late. Everybody, I told her that I feel like. Can I say my theory real quick?
Go ahead.
I feel like God's people are late a lot. Y'all can let me know if y'all late too. I'm always late. Everybody in the Bible study always late. Blanche always late. And I was like, why are we always late? And I came up with a theory. I said that maybe the reason why we're late is because our spirits are used to infinite time. So we are used to having unlimited time. So we take our time.
Yeah, I would just say that we
Don't do that. That's a
we
great theory.
we late from a lack of discipline.
So you, because
We are late from a lack of discipline.
I was on time. It's spiritual.
It's physical.
You saw his face, Edna. Don't nobody care.
Okay.
I think it's true. Tamara agreed.
Yeah. Okay. So we're getting y'all caught up on basically these little images of the whole "I Can't Breathe" campaign. Started with Eric Gardner and then George Floyd, and basically the "I Can't Breathe" slogan is linked to protests. As you can see, and the funny thing is about these images, none of these people look like they're fighters. Like they all look weak in these masks. Don't you think? Like they all like look like hold on.
Social media warriors. We talked about that last time too. How basically they or I don't know if we talked about it or we talked about it now or somewhere else, but how basically they're kind of like programming us to be social media activists. Basically, when they don't want us outside, they really don't want us doing nothing. They're making it seem like hashtagging is actually work, and it's
Yeah,
not. You're not doing anything by just putting a hashtag and putting a black square. I mean, you're kind of, I guess, showing solidarity, but other than that, what are you really doing?
you're not doing anything.
Nothing. Look at her. She
Like they
look.
just look weak. Like
Those
they don't like look at them. Like they all look subservient.
they look
Like
sad. They look like slaves.
they look like slaves.
They look like the
Like
slaves of
their eyes look dead. Like they just look weak.
poor people. Hey, Mimi. Hey, is it Anzi? I don't know if I'm saying it right. Anzi? Ain't nothing there. Because if they taking the pictures, they already probably gone. Is that a pastor? I mean, a reverend? A
That's,
rabbi? What
that's
is
a
that
priest.
called?
That's a
A
priest.
priest? Like what? So basically, so you kind of talked about I don't know if you guys were here last time, but we basically covered a lot of stuff. I don't have my notebook with me, but this is a part two of the first part where we talk about what we're going to talk about climate change. I have my y'all was on me in the comments, boy, about me getting these videos flagged. So I'm gonna make sure I have my handy dandy paper and words.
Right, Edna. How do you have on a mask that says "I can't breathe"? Like just the irony of it. Like it's just a total psychosis where you just literally put something on your face to restrict your breathing and then say you can't breathe. Like
seriously, because what do they think is happening to the CO2 that they breathe in? Like, what do they think is happening with the carbon that they are breathing back into their lungs that they're supposed to be expelling? Because that's waste, right? Right.
yes. Yes.
So if it's waste, then what are you? If you're inhaling that back in, what do you think is happening to the functionality of your breathing system? Like I see a lot of my students are always tired. I don't know how y'all have been feeling, but this time change has really hit hard. I don't know why, but I think a lot of it has to do with being restricted with a mask all day long. You're not getting your cycle is not working right, so everything is kind of coming back. So I imagine what that's doing to their breathing. Like, so it probably makes you not have a lack of energy, tired, and then you put a daylight savings time on top of it. They want people to be weak. When you're that weak, your immune system is not working at 100%.
Yeah.
When you're not breathing at full capacity, there's no way that your immune system is working, because that oxygen goes to your blood, which then goes to your whole body. So I don't know about that.
I'm gonna play this video. Let me mute my mic.
Okay, I will too.
Wear your mask. Wear your mask. It is very important for you to put on that mask. This not no joke, and this is not no rundown. Wear your mask. If you vaccinated or not, throw on that mask and stop lying, telling people you vaccinated and you know dang on well you ain't vaccinated. You over trying to get people sick.
The fact that that's the spokesperson is enough deterrent for me. The fact that he is the one telling me to wear my mask is a deterrent for me. I don't want to do anything that he's doing.
Right.
I mean, seriously.
So and it's funny because I believe what he said is prophetic, because he said you're trying to get people sick, and in the future, if you're just breathing out of your regular mouth, that's what they're going to say.
You go
like because you're breathing out carbon dioxide. It won't even be about viruses anymore. It'd be about you breathing out carbon dioxide and people telling you gonna get people sick. Like, I just feel like this is how extreme these folks are going to be, especially folks on what we call the left, like all the liberals and the LGBTQs and all that. They're going to be so extreme during it. It's going to be absolutely insane. They're going to have all the power.
It is almost like they want. I was looking for a scripture because I just wrote a scripture down from when I just wrote a scripture down just now about how Jesus basically breathed on top of, like, right before he went back up to be with God, he breathed on top of the disciples that were in the room with him and basically said, "Take my breath." So in my opinion, and take the spirit basically before he went up to went back to heaven or whatever. So in my opinion, it's like that's why I think the breath is so important. They want to make us breathing almost illegal or dangerous, or people scared of our breath, because it is literally what connects us to the Most High. It's literally what we have in us, spreading it around. And the more that we have our faces covered, the more that we are changing our bodies to accommodate climate change, the less God is going to be on this earth. I truly believe that.
And I don't know if we said this last week, but imagine CPR. CPR, you're actually breathing out carbon dioxide into somebody's lungs, but it actually revives them.
Mhm.
So there is some kind of life property to breath. If you think about it, carbon dioxide, for the most part, if you breathe it back into yourself, is not good. But if you breathe it into somebody else, it can bring them back to life. So she's 100% correct with some kind of spiritual aspect with the breath of life. Our breath being life, even though it's coming out as carbon. So what we're finding is that carbon may not even be all that bad like they're saying it is.
Mm-hmm.
When did global warming begin? Maybe earlier than we thought. Researchers say man-made climate change caused by greenhouse gas emissions can be tracked as far back as the mid 1800s, rather than the late 1800s as previously thought. So they're saying that climate change has been there since the 1800s, and then they're gonna say since the 1700s, and then my theory is they're gonna say that climate change killed the dinosaurs. That's my theory.
Probably, I wouldn't be surprised. The thing is though, y'all gonna have to. I know it's probably not gonna have to make sense to the people that's gonna go for this, but in order for it to make sense to me, you're gonna have to tell me why I'm still alive. Thousands of years, hundreds of years, however many years later. I'm not good with math, y'all. However many years later, why am I still here and kicking? If so, you telling me 2022 is the year?
Yeah,
I don't believe it. I'm not buying it. I agree, and the NSA it's called climate change for a reason because they are changing it.
right.
Absolutely.
Right. That's exactly what they're doing. They're like trying to terraform the earth.
And then Mimi put a comment in there, Psalms 150 verse 6. Let everything that has breath praise the Lord. Absolutely. Our breath is super important. Of course, we know that just from being alive and being human beings, but I'm talking about more on like a spiritual level of what the breath, literally what us breathing does to the planet, what it does to the earth, what it does to our environment and around us. Us breathing literally is integral to the environment. I feel like it's very, very integral to spirituality and your walk. You have to be.
Hello, this is Dr. Shiva.
You have the Holy Spirit in you. So I know there's probably it's a parallel to physical earth and being in your body.
Yes. I'm just trying to find this
Hello, this
I
is
have a
Dr.
video for us to watch, but I don't know why, for some strange reason. I'm sorry. For some strange reason, I'm seeing the video, it's upside down. Don't make any sense.
I don't know what caused them.
Oh, never mind. Okay, it goes back right. Never mind. Okay. So basically they're saying that climate change started back in the 1800s. They'll probably say that climate change started slavery. They'll probably say that climate change started the Civil War. They're gonna use climate change as a reason to blame everything that was bad with the world. They're gonna say it was all climate change. Even they're gonna say that people were racist because of the climate change. I'm telling you what they're gonna. I know it sounds crazy, but they're gonna say that the climate affected people's brains and it made them racist.
And I think that even like, to be honest, it's a lot of people on IEPs. I don't know if y'all know what IEPs are, but just like all of these mental health, like all of my students almost have some type of something in paperwork about mental health. And I feel like they're going to try to say, almost like that is why they are, when people do really bad stuff, they always start talking about mental health. They start saying, oh, they are ADHD, or they have this, or even like psychopathy or sociopathy. All of those things, they are labeling these people as excuses. So when climate change come around, they're gonna say all of these things were caused by climate change, and none of these people can help themselves. So you know what? We have to help. We have to be the ones, the good citizens. We have to be the ones that stay inside and not go outside and not breathe. So those people can get better. Like it's all gonna be almost like, that's why social currency is tied with it. Because if you're not participating in society, if you're not being a contributor and helping society, by not going outside and not breathing, then you're not going to be able to be a member.
Right. Your social credit score is going to be very poor.
Oh, yeah. She says she teaches third. Is it third grade? I think third grade. Yeah. Mimi, you know what I'm talking about then. All of them. And it's, I'm sorry, Blanche, for cutting you off, but it's almost like you can't even give them consequences. Everything is excused. So if they are, you can't fail them. Listen to me. You can't fail them. You can't, and I'm talking about a wide range of students. I'm not talking about 2 or 3 students. I'm talking about almost half a class or whole classes sometimes, where I have to literally pass the kids because they have all of these mental things going on. And really, they just act like we was acting. They just don't have any discipline.
Right. That's what I was saying about the being on time. Just no discipline.
I'll be late to work too, y'all. It's okay, Mimi. What's a smart meter? Can you type it in the chat, Ruby? You gonna take us through the timeline?
Well, just a few dates. Here are gathered in a chronological sequence the most important events in the history of climate change science. For a narrative, see the introduction and summary. This list of milestones includes some of the major influences external to the science itself. Following it is a list of other external influences. So 1800 to 1870, level of carbon dioxide gas in the atmosphere as later measured in ancient ice.
What?
Is about 290 parts per million. Mean global temperature from 1850 to 1890 is roughly 13.6 degrees Celsius. First industrial revolution, coal, railroads, and land clearing speed up green gas emissions, while better agriculture and sanitation speed up population growth. So you see right there. So basically what they're saying is making life better for us is a problem. So basically they're gonna tell you you have to be uncomfortable, you have to, be cooped up, you all have to stay 10,000 per 1,000 square feet. Like it's gonna be crazy because they're gonna say that all of these things that are good for humanity are causing the greenhouse gases to fill the atmosphere. So in other words, you all need to be inconvenienced so we can save the planet. This is all psychological warfare. This is all manipulation. None of this stuff is even real.
Auntie, I'm in the DMV, so like the DC, Virginia area. I was gonna say, who is measuring this? Like they are giving us all this information, and really, it's really just an honor system. Take the information that we're giving you and believe it. Like who knows who was measuring CO2 in ancient ice? Like really, like where's the records? Where's the books? Where's the, they probably can make some anyway, but I'm just saying, like, I don't, and if it's so important, if global warming is so important, why are we not teaching our kids about this in school? Why are we not talking about it? Like, if it's that important, it's because it's fake. Y'all gonna wait until we least expect it and y'all gonna wham us with it. Y'all want us unprepared. Y'all want us uninformed. Because look at all this information out there. It's so important, but nobody is really talking about it. They're talking about it, but if you look for it, you have to go look for climate change stuff right now. I don't see it everywhere. Like, like a lot of other things are. I feel like they're going to blindside the heck out of a lot of people with this because they're going to come and say, this is the reason for all your problems out of nowhere. And nobody's going to know what to do with that information, but accept it. Because at that time, people are going to have no gas, no food, sick. Everybody going to be dying, so they're going to be like, thank you. Thank you. Climate change.
Ruby said, it's the new meter that the energy companies are trying to put in our homes to measure how much energy we use, i.e. gas, electric, water, etc. It can monitor all of your household electrical appliances.
We have that already. We have that. We don't call it, what did you, so it's basically, are you talking about the thing where the light company can like measure how much you owe? That's what it does, right? Essentially.
So basically what they'll say is, it might be wintertime and they're going to say, you all have been emitting too much, whatever energy. So you can't use your heat till It's the spring. So y'all got to figure out how you're gonna stay warm from January to March to April. It's just what everything is about, you being inconvenienced and you being uncomfortable. That's it.
Mhm.
Mr. Woe said global warming, cars emit CO2, trees use CO2 to make oxygen. Scare tactics. We have to re-educate ourselves. So to answer your point, Erica, the reason why they don't teach about climate change is because you have folks picking it apart.
Exactly.
People, it's too much. It's too many smart people that'll be dissecting it. So what they'll do is they're going to really force it on people to learn it once they already have laws and stuff supporting it.
And then there's nothing you can do about it. And that's why it's important, y'all, with this Crip Walk, because they are trying to lay the foundation for the mandates. They want to be able to control what you do, control where you go, monitor what you're doing, make sure that you are in your home. So all of these mandates that they've already kind of put in place and got your mind ready for are going to be used for this. That's why you say no from the jump and don't waver. Do not waver on anything that they're asking you to do, because you're basically consenting to what's about to come.
Right. Let me cut my mic off. I think I have a video coming up. So basically, climate is the average weather in a given area over a longer period of time. A description of a climate includes information, example, the average temperature in different seasons, rainfall and sunshine. Also, a description of the chance of extremes is often included. So this is what climate is. Now, if you see, climate is the average of the weather over a long period of time, or area, or in given area, or over a long period of time. So what they're going to try to do is they're going to try to say that weather is different from climate. This is what this is going to be the trick they're going to give people. They're going to say that weather is not the same as climate. You can tell them climate is the average weather in a given area over a longer period of time. So the weather determines the climate. That's very key because they're going to try to separate weather from climate.
Because when you think about it, Blanche, if they leave it as weather, if they just leave it as weather, that fluctuation changes all the time.
Yeah.
They want something long that's hard to fix and hard to correct. That means you have to have a certain type of weather for a certain period of time in order for it to rectify itself. So they're gonna tell you, baby, it's gonna take about 30 years. It's gonna take 30 years, or they're gonna do the same thing they did with the crib wall. They're gonna say it's gonna take 2 weeks. 2 weeks, give us 2 weeks, and you can change the world. And everybody, that's when they're gonna bust out. They're gonna have they frames on their Facebook photos. They finna have on their badges. They finna have on their masks. They fixing to be turned up for the climate. Then it's gonna go to 1 month. Then it's gonna go to 2 months. Then it's gonna go to 3 months. And look at us. We 2 years in, y'all. We are 2 years in.
We are 2 years in.
So it is not hard to fathom and see the pattern. Once you recognize the patterns, and I believe this is the biggest pattern to recognize, because this is the Holy Grail. This is the one. I believe that this is the event, or this is the topic, or whatever you want to call it, that is going to set us into the Antichrist and get all of that stuff moving, because there is nothing else on the planet that everybody cares about like the planet. There's nothing else, going around that everybody would want to fix but the planet, because we all live here. And I believe they told us it was a circle for a reason. That is going to play into climate change. Watch how they're going to come back. Something they're going to say about climate change, or something that they're going to tell us, is going to require that the earth be round. They're going to tell us the way it moved, the way something. They're going to need it to go in a circle, because why would y'all lie to us about that? Oh, I think they lied to us about that, just in case anybody was wondering.
Right.
You want to
So whether the state of the atmosphere at a place and time as regards heat, dryness, sunshine, wind, rain, etc. Example, if the weather's good, we can go for a walk. So now you'll see how if they can manipulate the weather, which they can, now you can change the climate. Excuse me. So think about manipulating weather, changing the climate, and you block out the sun.
Ooh.
So what you've essentially done is you have total control over life of the planet. And to me, that's the goal, because they want to put extreme pressure on people to get the mark of the beast. That's going to be this where all this leads to, is to get the mark of the beast, to be plugged up into this neural network, to have your limbs replaced. They're going to be offering folks organ upgrades at first for free. They're going to offer all this stuff for free in the beginning. You know, folks going to be able to run again, doing commercials. I'm able to breathe well again, run again. All this stuff they're going to do, all of it. Then they're going to get to a point where they're going to say, you know what? Your lungs are emitting too much carbon. So you must undergo a lung transplant or die. That's going to be like, this is where they're going. And I know this sounds extreme.
It's true.
But it's going to happen, man, because climate change is the one thing that everybody agrees on. Nobody's questioning climate change. Like, nobody's saying it's BS, it's a farce, it doesn't make any sense. Nobody's saying that. Because the way they presented climate change to us is in such nice ways, like the ice caps are melting. It's affecting the polar bears and the seals and the whales and the birds so they made climate change almost like a heartstring plucker or tugger. And then so now we're already conditioned to think of climate change as something that we need to fix. Everybody's on board with it. That's how they're going to get us.
I just had a quick question. Just like natural immunity disappeared, what happened to evolution? Like, why are we not? If we are damaging, like somebody said in the comments, I think Mr. Woe?
Mr. Woe.
Mr. Woe, if we are damaging the planet naturally, human beings are supposed to evolve to combat that, because we need to sustain life, right? We need to keep going. So everything that they've been teaching us since the dawn of time, since we walked into the school building, they trying to take it away now. Like immunity and like all these things, like we wasn't paying attention. I was paying attention. I got an A.
So now they're saying that they're going to say evolution doesn't exist, but they're going to get rid of evolution because they're going to have the fake aliens, you know, the fallen angels, and they're going to have to. So they got to get rid of all of this stuff because they're going to try to pump fake you into this one world religion. So they have to get rid of everything they've taught us to have us look towards the one world religion and accept it. So, but all this ties in though, because the Antichrist is going to be able to control the weather.
It's crazy. It's I mean, it seems they control the weather already.
It seems so far-fetched, right?
I mean, I was gonna say it seems far-fetched, but it's not. It doesn't. Like,
Are you ready?
It doesn't seem far-fetched. It seems like if you wanted to steal souls, this is the way to go.
Let me play this video real quick. Let me cut my.
Are you ready for climate lockdowns? What, you think I'm making that up? Avoiding a climate lockdown by the WBCSD. That rolls off the tongue. That stands for the World Business Council for Sustainable Development. 3M, Apple, Bloomberg, BMW, Chevron, BP, Dow, DuPont, Google, IBM, IKEA, Kellogg's, Nestle, Procter & Gamble. It just keeps going. This was published way back in October 2020, so it's not even a new thing. They say in the near future, the world may need to resort to lockdowns again, this time to tackle a climate emergency. Wait, how could the climate create an emergency that we need a lockdown to solve? Who cares? They say under a climate lockdown, governments would limit private vehicle use, ban the consumption of red meat, and impose extreme energy-saving measures. Fossil fuel companies would have to stop drilling. To avoid such a scenario, we have to overhaul economics and do capitalism differently.
The fact that whole list they have programmed you to already do. I mean, it's already in the works. So the no vehicles, they making gas high, they pricing you out on in a car. They pricing everybody's going to be on public transportation in the next 10 years. I believe probably before that. Because gas is too high, so you can't drive. Then they talk about the red meat. So they've already, like, all of these things they're already preparing you not to do. No red meat. Like, I know veganism is good. I'm not saying it's not, but it was used. That whole campaign was a trend to get people used to not eating meat, to you eating created meat, created food that they make in a lab. And I don't know if y'all seen them science fiction movies where they kind of squirt the food on people's trays. That's really what they're giving. And it's gonna just be lumps of just stuff. They want everybody conditioned to accept all of these things. So I saw no red meat, no vehicles, no economy. Sounds familiar to me. Sounds like we already in the process of doing all of that.
Yeah. And they don't want you eating. So they're saying that the cows are emitting too much carbon. The pigs are emitting too much carbon. So basically, again, like us, the animals emit carbon. So what they're essentially saying is everything that has a life on a planet that is either a mammal or a reptile or amphibian or whatever is dangerous because they all emit carbon. So they don't want you eating red meat because they don't want the protein. Again, they want everyone weak. So they don't want people eating meat. They don't want cars running on gasoline. They want controllable cars, which are electric cars. They want cars where they can push a button and the car locks you in it, or the car blows up, or the car steering wheel locks up and you crash, whatever. They want to be able to control the car. They don't want your physical body strong. So all this stuff leads to you being too weak to fight, because they know what they have planned for us is going to be to the point where folks are going to fight back, but they won't physically be able to. You eating you eating what they're giving you, the impossibles and the impossible meats and the beyond meats and all this stuff. This stuff has high amounts of estrogen in them. I'm just telling you, they want you weak. She's right about being vegan was now Mr. Woe put in here, carbon is blackness. Now this is a misconception that many people have, that we think that carbon is just with people that have melanin or black people. That's not true. All these organisms have carbon in them. Carbon is not unique to us. It's just not. I'm sorry. I know you all want to be unique and different and special, but everything has carbon. It's a makeup of most everything we see. Everything pretty much has carbon in it. So it's not unique to us as a people. I'm just letting y'all know. So I know you want to be special, but it won't be through carbon. They're going to say that the carbon is bad for the atmosphere, but we all know that that couldn't be the case, because everything's not only made up of carbon, but the trees process carbon into oxygen for us. This is why they don't get rid of the trees too. I just took a screenshot of this right here. Eco-friendly lockdowns. They're gonna make being locked down a good thing. They're gonna make you celebrate being locked down. Stay at home for a week. Your job will give you stay-at-home passes for the environment. It's gonna be a bunch of stuff, and it's all going to involve you not having any rights.
And it's also going to involve you not having any character. Because one of the things I'm not going to even lie, y'all, I was very, very turned to be able to take off work and stay at home and not go to work. I was so happy. When we had the lockdown, I was just like, yes, this is before I knew much of anything, y'all. But I was just so happy just to be able to stay at home. I went back home to Houston and stayed there and worked. And I realized that they want you, they're banking on you to be lazy. They're banking on you not to have character. They're banking on you to be okay with receiving handouts from the government. That's what those stimulus checks was about. They want you being used to the government giving you money every month, and a lot of people are going to take it. think about it, especially in the current climate. And I mean that, no pun intended, but like, you know, how it is with our economy, like people are desperate and they're going to get even more desperate. So imagine if they're giving away everything that you need, you're going to accept it. But the thing about it is, you accepting it is you're going to have to pay for that. It's a price to pay, because nothing in this world is free.
Right.
I don't know, Mimi, tell me what did you say? I don't know what Mimi's saying. She said she was in the streets. Tell me what you're talking about, Mimi, because I don't know if it's something Blanche said or me. All right.
Oh, she said she was off work like you, but
Oh, yeah. I thought she's a teacher. Yes. Okay. Let me check in. Oh, you know what, Mimi? That's what I should have been doing. No, but I wasn't. I'm not gonna even lie to you.
Mimi, you was preaching the gospel, and she was just living her best life.
Yes, I was. But thank God.
But
You saved me.
But thank the Most High, she's here today. So we gotta just,
Mimi.
you know, NASA's real big on this whole thing. Obviously, NASA's really pushing this, because NASA, again, they tell us what's outer space. So NASA supposedly knows a lot more than we do. So NASA will be able to predict who's coming to Earth, what aliens, what climate. All this stuff is connected.
They about to have the time of their lives at NASA.
Yes.
With this, their wildest dreams, everything that they've ever talked about being able to see and do, they're about to get to do it. It's gonna be fake, but they're about to get to do it. They're about to be on cloud 9, literally.
So here goes NASA, and this is what NASA is saying. Human activities have profoundly increased carbon dioxide, a heat-trapping gas, levels in Earth's atmosphere. So I'm going to play a video in a few minutes of Dr. Shiva, explaining the Paris Accord agreement. But he actually breaks down, so you all can, he really does an excellent job in breaking it down, because he really shows how all this is really BS. And there's an article that's out that you all may want to check out. The article is called
and just so y'all know what, oh, go ahead, Blanche.
The article is on American Thinker, and it's called 14 is the New 15. And basically it shows where they changed. Okay. According to the leaders of the global warming doomsday cult, the average surface temperature of the Earth is 14 degrees Celsius, 57.2 degrees Fahrenheit. But this is a new value which has quietly replaced the original value of 15 degrees Celsius, 59 degrees Fahrenheit. So basically you're going to find that they changed, they moved the goalposts to create this whole climate change thing. It's not really a real thing. They just moved the goalposts on what the temperature of the Earth's surface was. That's all.
The fact that they talking about it quietly changed, like they didn't change it.
Right.
Like it changed on them. Like somebody else, like Earth was responsible for doing it.
Jay Will said Disney and NASA making movies together.
I saw that. Yeah, and I agree, Jay Will. I definitely agree. I feel like they about to put on the production of their lives, performance of their lives. And it's gonna be a lot of people that are gonna fall for it. I just want to say that NASA website, y'all, that on NASA, they have if you go look, they actually have like a ticker. So kind of like different, it was probably about 4 different things that they're measuring, like how warm the Earth is, sea level. Oh, is that the picture? It's like a ticker and it tells you how it's fluctuating all day long. So they're basically presenting it to you like it's real. Basically, it's not. I don't think nobody even measuring that. I think they wake up and be like, pick the numbers. Do 319 today. It's not even real.
Well, at the end of the day, if you think about it, they're really diverting your attention to think about carbon, but has all the carbon affected the temperature? Because all of this stuff was based on a temperature change, meaning the Earth is getting warmer. So with all this carbon in the air, has the Earth gotten warmer? Has it gone from 14 to 15 to 16 to 17 to 20? Nobody's mentioned that the earth is getting hotter. Nobody.
I feel like
So
it's getting colder.
it's like it's another pump fake.
I feel like it's colder. I feel like it's been colder longer. I don't know if y'all feel like that, but I feel like it's been colder. But I'm up north too a little bit, but it's March. I feel like it's still cold.
Yeah, it was warming up down here. So Al Gore looks to you to spark action on climate change. This is his quote now. We cannot continue to use the sky as an open sewer in a way that is absolutely destroying the future, Gore said before an audience at the Kennedy Center. So Al Gore obviously is one of the people pushing this. All the progressive Democrats are pushing this. So the AOC, the Cory Bushes, all these people that are up and coming. What's the guy's name that was just on there putting on a performance for Ketanji?
No, you talking about?
Is it Booker? Is it Cory Booker?
He looked like a Booker.
Yeah, him. All these folks are gonna push climate change. So y'all gonna go to these people with your racial grievances,
Amanda Seals.
and they're gonna tell you it's about climate change.
That's what they're gonna tell you. It's gonna be a one-stop shop. Everything you say, everything. Yeah, Mr. Woe, it does. I know it does snow down. It shouldn't even be snowing in Texas. Texas had a whole shutdown snowstorm. I don't know if they are really testing out to see what's gonna happen, but I mean to see how the people gonna react. I feel like just drop a little thing, see what they're gonna do. I'm sure they're having a great time.
See, this climate change will make spring hell for Northeast allergy sufferers, studies say. So climate change, again, as we said last week, climate change is literally going to be the result of all of your problems. It's going to be climate change. Past decade was the hottest on record. The last 10 years have shown that the climate change is happening now. Shows a new report from the NOAA. It's likely to get much worse. So again, all of this stuff is doomsday from climate change. The earth has been hotter, but they haven't told you if the surface temperature has changed. They have not told you that. They're just telling you it's going to get hotter, it's going to get worse. We all going to die unless we give up our rights. And then when the fake aliens come, the fake aliens are going to come and they're going to say, give up your guns.
Don't do it.
Give up all your rights to save the planet. I'm just telling you what's going to get everybody to agree to this stuff. It's going to be some kind of huge something with Project Blue Beam, some psychological war manipulation, something, because nobody's going to give up their rights for the climate. They're not going to do it.
And when you think about it, I feel like I read somewhere, and it might be true. I don't know a lot about politics or geopolitics, but I heard that like America is one of the only people that's really armed the way that like one of the high, of course, I know we're probably one of the highest armed countries, but they having a hard time.
We are the highest armed country.
Yeah, I didn't want to say it and it wasn't true. So we are the highest armed country, and I feel like Americans will use them. So also they have done all of these things to try to get our guns out of our hands, all these school shootings, all that kind of stuff, all that false flag stuff, and we still holding on to them. So they're gonna have to come up with something good. It's gonna have to be good enough to get true patriots and true believers of God to give up their weapons and their rights, and it's going to work because if the path is narrow. That means that it's not going to be 16 million billion people getting into heaven. It's only going to be a little bit of people. So that means that even people that you know today, right now, talking to you right now, not me, not Blanche, but somebody else that you know that is gung-ho about the Most High, gung-ho about not getting the snake bite, will still get their mind changed with what they're going to come up with.
Mm-hmm. So then we have the science of climate change, explain facts, evidence, and proof. So basically, you're not going to, so just know it's going to be illegal to go against climate change. So just know climate change is what's going to prepare the way for the Antichrist. So you can already see the correlation of you won't be, if you can't reject climate change, you won't be able to reject the Antichrist, if that makes sense. Because the Antichrist is going to come into power and have full control of his planet through climate change.
Oh yeah, Mr. Woe. He said he was talking about Risk. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
we played it. We used to play it, but yeah, it is a, and there's another game that I used to play on my phone. It was called it was either called Pandemic or something like that. Where basically you have to try to, they give you something. They either give you a virus, they give you a bug, they give you something, and then you have to try to get everything taken care of before the world. Like you have to stop the planes from going out and stop the, like doing all these things. But if it takes over, then all your people die. You gotta start over. But it was a really fun game to play. And now I see they doing exactly like they doing it. Now that I'm seeing it, they do it exact. They're doing the same things, same steps and measures they took in that game that you had to take. That's what they're doing, but we don't have no emergency. That's the only difference.
So here goes a guy named Climate Ben. Climate change is loading the dice. Humanity will struggle to adapt to the Pliocene-like temperatures and rainfall of a new hostile climate by 2030s and 40s, like 3 million years ago. So Climate Ben is obviously a liberal. I guarantee he supports BLM. You know, he's probably quadruple boosted, all that. So, but you see what he said. Climate will be like the dinosaur age 3 million years ago. Like I said, they're going to say that climate change killed the dinosaurs.
So if they kill the dinosaurs, you know what they're gonna do to you, right? Or it's
What climate change will mean for your home? Experts are assessing how the likely increase of violent storms, wildfires, floods, droughts, and extreme heat will affect property values and maintenance costs. So, again, just imagine they start controlling the weather and homes are being destroyed. Where you gonna stay? Your mortgage is $3,000 a month, but your house is worth $50. What you gonna do? So you see, they're gonna link climate change to the source of every problem, and they're going to say that climate change is the cause of racism. Climate change is the cause of sexism. Climate change is the cause of homophobia. Climate change is the cause of they're going to link climate change to everything. So they're going to tell you we can make the world perfect if we fix climate change. They're going to dangle that carrot in front of everybody's face, and you'll never, and all the while the carrot is dangling, it's going to get worse and worse and worse and worse.
They're gonna tell you. That's why they want you worked up about everything else. They want you worked up about the seawall. They want you worked up about the snake bite. They want you worked up about racism. They want you worked up about sexism. They want you worked up about classism. And they're gonna tell you, guess what? This can solve all that. You solve this, and we'll have all that solved. We will be living in peace and harmony on earth, and we won't have any problems. And when you think about that, it's insanity, because that comes from no one but God. Nobody on this planet can give you that. So if somebody's going to sit in front of you and promise you that, I would be very weary and very mindful of what they're telling me, because basically they're promoting the very opposite of what the Most High does, right? We know that our eternal life, our real life, is in heaven. So us trying to save and salvage what we have going on here is insanity. A lot of people want to save their life here because this is all they're going to have. This is it. And some of them know, some of them don't know. Some of them going to find out that it is, the life here is not worth trying to save. You're supposed to give that up. So all of this is revolved around you trying to keep this life here on earth. And you're going to pay for that.
How the 19th century scientists predicted global warming. So again, this tells us that global warming was predicted back in the 1800s again. And they're going to keep on going with it. Scientists, it went by too fast. Hold on.
I agree, Ruby. I agree. Can I read hers? Comment.
Go ahead.
She says climate change has already been in place. We're now beginning to feel the true intent of it. People have been trying to bring up Agenda 2130 for a while. It's a conspiracy theory now in full effect. They said how long it take for a conspiracy theory to become true? Six months? What was it? I saw it on your comments.
6 months.
6 months. They was like in six by hey Amanda. So 6 months, basically in 6 months, conspiracy theories instantly, goes from conspiracy theory to absolute truth. And if y'all haven't noticed, everything is moving so much faster. Like it's not even hidden anymore. Like the dots for that. I'm not trying to go off topic, but real quick, the dots for that Supreme Court justice pick are insane. Her being part of Pizzagate, her being Joe Biden basically not or not voting for the actual first black woman that was actually nominated for the Supreme Court, and Joe Biden knocking that down. I don't know the proper word to use, but it's right in our face. That lady literally got up there. I'm saying on TV, but whatever she was doing, she literally got up there and said she can't describe what a woman is. Like, are y'all out y'all mind? And y'all are okay with this? Like, what is the excuse? That tells me that that person is going, if it's going to make transgender people, if it's going to make gay people upset, she's not going to do it.
Right.
Do you think that I'm going to put my children's lives in the hands of somebody that makes decisions like that based off of what people being mad at her? Like, that is crazy to me. I would have just said it and sucked it up, because at the end of the day, what are they going to do to you? If you come out and you actually just say the truth, then you would have a lot of more people supporting what you're doing. You want that fake support. You want that rigged support. You want that support you don't have to work for. And that's the problem. You want to worm your way in and do what you got to do to get on by. And that is awful. And you have a daughter, ma'am. I hope you hear this one day.
I think she has $2. Don't she got $2?
You should be ashamed of yourself, Miss what's her name? Nakinji. What's her name?
Kentanji.
Because baby, you done made me mad sitting here talking about you don't know what a woman is and you're a woman and your daughter is sitting behind you. She better not never let me see her, because I'm gonna tell her. Like, girl.
And Kentanji Brown supports climate change as well.
We know.
She actually supports all of this. She supports climate change, the snake bite, BLM. She supports all of it.
And married to a white man. I don't have a problem with white people. I'm just saying, like, if you're gonna be out there saying you're a revolutionary, the last thing you need to be in between the sheets with the colonizers. Like, come on, y'all are so backwards, and that's for all of them. AJOC, the rest of them. What the rest of them? They married to white.
All of them have, but again.
But they pushing that thing on my people, though. That's what I'm saying. Like, y'all pushing, you're pushing that ideal that we are oppressed and can't help ourselves on my people. But you turn around and you marry, fine, marry who you want to marry, but stop, cut it out, because how you gonna be talking about oppression and you married to a Caucasian person?
You're right. Yeah, and she supports CRT. Yeah,
very, very contradictory. I don't like contradictions, because the devil works in contradictions and chaos.
From the Atlantic, scientists have uncovered a disturbing climate change precedent. During the rise of mammals, Earth's temperature spiked in a scary way, and the planet may experience again soon. So again, during the rise of mammals, it was bad for the planet. So human beings technically are mammals. So what are they telling you? Humans and animals are bad for the planet. I'm just letting you all know that climate change is going to be the worst thing we could have ever imagined. And most people are just going to submit. They're not going to be revolutionary, because you got to think, for my people, if it's not about racism, why would they fight against it? Like, if it's not about race, why would they fight? So you know that we're not going to buck. What other race is going to buck about this? Nobody going to buck about this, because nothing trumps the planet. So climate change is bigger than racism, bigger than sex, it's bigger than all that.
Oops. Sorry, y'all. I be having to bite my chicken sandwich, y'all. Sorry. I'm starving. I was
invited.
huh?
On camera.
Cause I don't want y'all looking at me chewing up. Only you do that. You don't want everybody hear you smacking. I was gonna say, what did you just say, Blanche? Because I was gonna say something about it.
No, I just said that our people are not going to fight against climate change because they don't deal with race.
Oh, I know. Oh, yeah, true. I was gonna say. I was gonna ask you. What do you think? And please don't think something's wrong with me, but I feel like the animals know something is up. I don't know if y'all like. I have a whole bunch of animals. They live outside my house. I like live up against the woods, so they're always out in the back when it's warm out. In these past couple years, my squirrel's been acting real crazy, like trying to break into my house. Like, I know I sound crazy, but I have it on tape, y'all. Like it's the same like squirrels that come and try to open my window. Well, act like he gonna open it, like on it and kind of like pulling on it. I feel like the animals are adapting to what's going on. I feel like they can feel when they can feel it. Like they say, kind of like how dogs can smell fear. I feel like they know that something is going on and they are adapting. Because why are you trying to come in my house? And then I saw another video of a raccoon in New York trying to break into. It was like a pack of them, 3 of them trying to break through the girl air conditioner and get in her house. And it's like, why y'all breaking in? Y'all let me know what y'all animals doing. I'm serious too. Because I be recording them. Yes, D'Angelo, I'm at the barn.
So Washington Post is 70 degrees warmer than normal in eastern Antarctica, and scientists are flabbergasted. This event is completely unprecedented and upended our expectations about the Arctic climate system, one expert said. So again, they're going to make this stuff extreme. Climate change is real. The famous Nile River is drying up.
What you was telling me about that? You was telling me something about the Nile.
Well, I'm gonna go to the scripture pretty soon. In the future, there will be more rain but less water.
That makes sense.
In the Nile basin. Just think about it. And I mean, and they say, but again, they say this stuff. So imagine this, you all. Imagine it, they're making it rain, but then they also drying the rivers up or the water up. And they're telling you it doesn't make sense. It's rained, the past 3 years have been the most rain in recorded history, but yet all the water's drying up. Oh my God, climate change is more extreme. It's so volatile. We don't know. So now they get you used to being cold in the summer, being warm in the winter. They nighttime is daytime. They gonna get you used to all this because they want utter confusion.
Everything is gonna be backwards, y'all. So everything that we are doing, well, we probably already kind of slowly integrated into it, but everything is going to be backwards. They about to take the sun away. They about to say it ain't no water. Like everything that we know that is normal right now, actually, I'll say everything that the Most High created, they're trying to destroy. They're trying to flip it. So even just down to just homosexuality, everything is backwards. Everything, they want everything the opposite, because that is how you defeat your enemy, right? You take his strength away, and his strength is the earth, the family, the people on it, and they want to destroy that. I know, Jay Will, I saw that.
Egypt and Ethiopia clash over Nile River Dam as water scarcity looms worldwide. I'm gonna pull up a clip. And the waters shall fail from the sea, and the rivers shall be wasted and dried up. So again, a lot of what they're doing is going to line up with prophecy. The vanishing Nile, a great river, faces a multitude of threats. It'll cause a water war. Divisions run deep as a filling of Nile dams near. So we're going to see in the future, people are going to be fighting over water. They're going to actually be water wars. And I will make the rivers dry and sell the land into the hand of the wicked, and I will make the land waste and all that is therein by the hand of strangers. I, the Lord, have spoken it. Thus said the Lord God, I will also destroy the idols I will cause their images to cease out of Noph, and there shall be no more prince of the land of Egypt, and I will put a fear in the land of Egypt. So we're talking about some real dark and dismal times that sound like judgment. She must be eating a chicken sandwich.
I'm sorry, y'all.
But a lot of this that's going on in these scriptures, it'll look like judgment. But at the same time, though, these wicked people are going to be the ones that are actually implementing God's judgment. It's the wicked people doing this stuff. So they're just being allowed to do it. They're being allowed to do it. And their imagination won't cease. They're going to go from, it all seems simple now with this passport, but the passport ain't nothing when you can't go outside, when you can't leave the house.
That's all. Like the same, y'all. They did the same thing. Like they're gonna do the same thing that they did with Crip Walk. They basically said, if you get this, then you'll be able to do these things. But at the end of the day, it wasn't worth it because the people that wasn't getting it wasn't doing it. You know, or people. It was so many people that were afraid to do anything. You know, people didn't want to go outside. So you got all this stuff when actuality is no more outside because nobody want to go outside. At the time when it first happened, like when Crip Walk first happened, people weren't going out. People literally were in their house, in their homes, not going outside, scared to go to the store, scared to go. I was one of them. I'm just gonna be honest, you know, because I didn't know any better. But then, you know, now that I'm seeing, they dangle these things in front of you that you never get. And they continue to do that. And definitely to the Black community, they love doing that. They're going to dangle student loans, like they're dangling all these things in front of you. And really the only thing that y'all got out of the deal was that Biden won. And he didn't do nothing for y'all. Nothing. And it's not going to. He's destroying our country. And y'all are fighting.
It's going to be the same thing with this climate change because they're never going to have a solution. The problem's never going to be solved. It's never. They'll never get one step closer. They'll never. Which each they're going to justify taking away your stuff because they're going to say it's getting worse. They're going to say we're trying, just like with the Peter pandemic. They said we're doing this, we're doing that, and the numbers are still going up. We can't explain it. When they start saying we can't explain it, that means you're not gonna have any rights. Like all their solutions involve you not having any rights.
Exactly. That really, when you think about it, and that was the same thing for the Crip Walk. That was the same thing. They wanted to strip your rights away. You can't go nowhere, can't do nothing. And they get on TV like that. I don't know if you've seen that clip before, Blanchard, where that man was like, you know, we're gonna be taking some notes and looking at some things. Like that's how they get on TV and tell you. And that's it. And y'all are not doing nothing. Y'all not solving nothing. Y'all got your ultimate goal was to get a lot of people to take the snake bite. Y'all succeeded. Y'all made y'all a lot of money. Now look at us. Look at us. I didn't hear it, and he did. I remember Trump saying it. I remember Trump saying that if he won, China was gonna own us.
Trump said that.
Trump definitely said it, and I saw it. I recorded it for my note.
So I have a video here, and this is the illustrious and esteemed Kamala Harris, Miss Black Girl Magic herself, even though she's not. Well, y'all know. Let me mute my mic real quick.
They owe us a lot of stuff, Mimi.
Need to construct places where we capture water, places where we store water. And here's the other thing, because I also, I'm in a lot of meetings on foreign policy. For years and generations, wars have been fought over oil. In a short matter of time, they will be fought over water. So when we think about building up our economy around our infrastructure on something like water policy, It's literally about jobs. It's about the fundamental source of life that Tammy Duckworth was talking about. It will sustain life. And it's about strengthening up our nation.
Miss Thing, it's gonna be fights over what?
Tammy Duckworth, economy around over water. Things on foreign. This is where we need to construct places where we capture water, places where we store water. And here's the other thing, because I also, I'm in a lot of meetings on foreign policy. For years and generations, wars have been fought over oil. In a short matter of time, they will be fought over water.
Short man at a time.
So when we think about building up our economy around our infrastructure on something like water policy, it's literally about jobs. It's about the fundamental source of life that Tammy Duckworth was talking about. It will sustain life. And it's about strengthening up our nation.
She tripping. The fact that she just really getting on TV and saying it, and everybody like, oh, it's okay. Why, ma'am? Why would we be fighting over? Somebody should have raised their hand. I would put my finger up. Excuse, ma'am. Why are we gonna be fighting over water, ma'am? Explain that to me instead of just saying it, because I'm sure you're gonna have water. So tell me why I'm gonna be fighting over water. Why am I gonna be fighting people over water? Me, because you're not gonna be doing it. Plant a tree, oxygen for plant a tree, get to breathe for free. Y'all, they tripping.
Now you see, look at this language. Plant a tree and get oxygen for free. So imagine a commercial where, how people talking about being independent and sovereign now. Imagine them saying, grow your own trees or breathe your own air. Like it's just crazy. Yeah.
I'm planting my tree, and I sure will. As soon as they tell me to, I'm going to plant my tree, because I'm not going to depend on them. I ain't signing up for their program.
You see the relationship we have with the trees. It's a symbiotic relationship.
Mm-hmm.
It's why you think about them in the Bible. It was a tree of life. Think about why the trees are so important. This is why trees are so important.
Mm-hmm. I mean, when you think about it, the trees, like and the tree is even tied back to our sin. You know what I'm saying? He ate the fruit off the tree. Like it's essential to the tree of life, and our breath is essential to our spirituality and our history and where we came from and all of these kinds of things. So I think that definitely people should be paying attention. Like when they're telling you that y'all not gonna get to breathe, you would think somebody would be paying attention, but they got them so brainwashed and programmed. They thinking electric cars and solar panels, and like you release carbon dioxide. You do it. So what do you think is going to happen to you? What do you think is going to happen to you? You know what I'm saying? Like nobody's thinking about that. What happened to your video?
I'm about to pull up this one.
Anna says, I still can't believe this woman just sick her way easily and became vice president. Oh, slick. I think she's saying snuck her way in or snuck in. Like how she didn't. Who is she? Who is Kamala Harris? Just like y'all might not remember, but I remember. I didn't know who Obama was. I didn't know a lot about politics, but I felt like he came from nowhere. Like all the other people, I kind of like Bush had a name I could relate to, and somebody else, So it was almost like, where did you come from? Where did you come from? A plant, and you became the president of the United States and the vice president. That's how people should know it's fake.
Yeah.
Making people think they can do that. They had Blanche thinking he could do that, y'all. When Obama won, Blanche thought he was. But you thought you was running for president, didn't you? I could tell. If Obama did it, I could do it. I could already see. You'll be president.
So this is let's get back. Let's get focused. So this is Dr. Shiva, and he's talking about climate change and the Paris Accords Agreement. I just wanted to touch on a few points that he makes here real quick. Let me mute my mic. and I'll stop every minute.
Okay. I'm gonna eat. She sure
Hello,
did.
this is
Vic.
Dr. Shiva, and I'm running for United States Senate against Elizabeth Warren in Massachusetts. I want to share with you, as I promised, why it was right for President Trump to exit from the Paris Accords. The presentation I'm going to give you is a very objective one. We need to recognize that many people who are supporting the Paris Accords, if you ask them, why should we have been in this? Give me one benefit. No one can really give any benefit. In fact, I haven't had anyone rationally explain even one benefit. What I'm going to explain to you very quickly here, so everyone can understand in very simple ways, is why it was important that Donald Trump got out of this, why it was essentially going to support an international collusion to basically support the polluting of our environment, and more importantly, to basically tax all of us, businesses, small businesses, big businesses, primarily a lot of small businesses, and every consumer here with a carbon tax. And it's a very simple exposition of this, and I hope I make it clear to you. And obviously, if you have questions, we're periscoping, you're welcome to join us. First of all,
I don't know why this video is not is showing it's sideways, because it wasn't. I've never seen it sideways before. This doesn't make any sense.
Thank you, Britt.
Let me try to go in to see the video. Yeah, that's weird. I don't know why it would make that video go sideways. It just doesn't make any sense.
I was about to press a button. Let me know. I
Let's
should
see
have
then.
it down.
first of all, let me explain something very big.
Yeah, you all. I'm sorry. I don't know why it's sideways. Just listen to it. I guess I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to why it would be sideways.
Hi, Kelly.
Basic here. So in this circle, let's consider the fact that we have a lot of businesses here. These are businesses throughout the world. And these businesses, are producing different things. And let's assume these are typically manufacturing businesses. They take resources, raw materials, they process stuff, and out comes products from these businesses, which typically go to the consumer. A lot of consumers here. This is, you and me over here. And we buy these products and we pay this company some dollar amount. Now, many of these companies, because of the manufacturing process, do put out carbon and CO2 into the environment. Let's call that broadly, pollution. Okay? Pollution in the term of CO2. All right? So these are these greenhouse gases that they emit into the atmosphere. This is, let's call it before the Paris Accords. This is what's taking place. Again, businesses take resources, they create products, we buy them, and we pay some fee for them, and these businesses have been polluting. Now, has anything changed post the Paris Accords? And let's use the date 2030, as this is supposed to be an important date per the Paris Accords. So what happens here? Here again, I'm going to draw the same circle. We have the businesses, and let's put the year now 2030. And what occurs in 2030? These businesses still exist, let's say. Again, these are the businesses. And they are creating products, as I mentioned before, to us as consumers. Same situation. This is, again, you and me. And these consumers pay some fee for these products.
And guess what? They're still polluting. And I'll give you some numbers on this. In fact, they're polluting a lot more, as we'll see. But something very interesting happens. For the pollution they do, they have to now pay an organization, which I'm going to call, in double quotes, the IPCC. And this group is composed of people like Al Gore, people like the Bushes, many people from the commodities market, and essentially a global elite in here of quote unquote scientists. A dollar goes here, dollars go in, and these people deliver these people something called carbon credits. And what this allows these companies to do now is to pollute, but in order to pollute, they have to pay this organization a fee, and this organization issues carbon credits. In fact, it gets even more interesting. These carbon credits, if you look at the commodities market, the global commodities market, these carbon credits are bought and sold here on this commodities market to people. And this generates the ability for this group to generate trillions, not billions, let me explain, trillions of dollars in new source of wealth.
So the Paris Accords agreement has nothing to do with saving the planet. What it does is it just puts a tax on these businesses to pollute the earth even more. And if the businesses get hit with higher taxes, then what does that mean for the consumer? So it's just a trickle down effect. So if they got to pay more, they're just going to charge more. And so based on what we see right now, we can see it's all a setup. Like none of this stuff is real. It's all a way to make money. It's all a way to gain power. It's not, none of this stuff is real, but they're going into great detail for something that they're not even going to prove even is real. They're not even going to prove it because everybody already believes it. Everybody already believes in climate change and global warming based on commercials.
Yeah, that's it.
Based on cartoons, based on movies, based on TV shows. Like we don't like how we feel about climate change is through Hollywood, not through actual science.
Like slavery?
Just like slavery.
Yeah, I knew the answer. No, I'm just kidding. But it's the same thing. They don't come with no new tricks. Like they just do the same thing over and over and over. That's how it's gonna be easy to predict what they're about. It's easy to predict what they're about to do. Even though they're kind of telling you what they're gonna do, it's easy to predict. If they didn't tell you what they were gonna do, you could predict it because they're gonna do the same thing that they did at least with the.
Here goes what's funny. Now, somebody in the comments said that Dr. Shiva is a psyop, right? So my question to all the conspiracy people: so if everything is a psyop and it's set up, then what you're essentially saying is that you're just gonna do what they tell you to do. Because if you're telling me if nobody's fighting for you, you don't have any allies, everybody working for the system, then that means you by yourself.
Psyops and sellouts. That's what they did.
Right. Okay. So if it's but if it's true though, then how does that fare well for the person? If everything is a psyop, that means you screwed.
You gotta believe somebody.
So, but what they're really saying is, I have a reason to consent.
Mm-hmm.
Think about it. You paint it and you say, okay, both sides are the same. So what does that mean? That means you can make the wrong choice and it's justified.
Mm-hmm.
People don't bring this stuff up to say I'm a buck. They bring it up to figure out how they're going to, an easy way to say they're going to comply.
Rationalize what
you folks is going to say, oh, they're going to comply. And then you and I are going to be like, what about so-and-so, psyop? What about so-and-so, psyop? So basically you just justify getting the mark of the beast. Just like you justify getting a snake bite.
I mean, at the end of the day, Blanche, what he's saying is true. So psyop, no psyop. I mean, like, I feel like we get caught up on so many details that we sometimes miss the message. So I think it's important that, you know, I mean, I understand to kind of look at everything, you know, question everything. But if they, I mean, if you're getting solid information and you need it.
So to me, but again, it's a way like say somebody's a known liar, right?
Mhm.
They're a known liar. But they're talking to you one day and they give you these tips to make some money.
Mhm.
Now, are you to not take the information because they're a liar, or are you to determine whether they're lying to you or not? See, the problem is once you make everybody a psyop, you don't have to be accountable anymore because
Mhm.
your excuse is just going to be that it's all a setup. But a liar can tell you the truth.
Correct.
Like, think about it. What did Kamala Harris say a couple of weeks ago? People vote for what they want. And in this case, y'all got what y'all asked for. Like, she honest.
She just said we can have a war over water.
She just said you have okay. She just said you don't have war over water. Now you can say she a psyop, but is she telling you the truth?
Correct, she is. You say right.
Now, no. So again,
Okay, maybe that was RFK I was talking about. That's who I was, and I kept saying JFK.
Yeah, RFK.
That's who I meant.
Yeah.
So you know.
So the door of the cosmos, and go look what Dr. Shiva said about all of them. Go. Okay, he wrote an article on Dr. Shiva. Now go and look what Dr. Shiva said about all those people. So they both, so based on what he said, he's a psyop, and based on what Dr. Shiva said, they all psyops too. So now you don't know who to trust again, would put you back to square one. So if everybody's a psyop, what are you going to do? This is my question. If everywhere you turn, they're working for the system, what you're telling me is that you're just going to comply.
Baby, because they said RFK Jr., the Antichrist. That's what I heard. That's what I was telling Blanche. That's what I'm not saying that's the truth, but I mean, you hear a lot of stuff. Are they telling the truth? You want to know if they telling the truth. Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. You know, you're supposed to. Sometimes we pick apart things so much, and we listening to all these sides. I'm looking for the truth. I'm looking for the information. I think a lot of times we still are in that mind frame of kind of idol worship, and that's why I say is we have to break that, because a lot of times that's why it's dangerous. That's why you accept the information from the person, but you leave the person, because what's going to end up happening is you're going to be pulled all kinds of ways. Take the truth and move on. But a lot of times we attach information to these people, and just like, you know, people talk about Trump and people talk about Biden, and you know, at one point I was for Trump. You know what I'm saying? Like I really still I think that he did a better job than a lot of people. However, I don't trust any of them. The Bible says that I don't put my faith in any man. And a lot of times we are putting our faith in these men to give us the information and to be telling us the truth. But it's our job to also sift through the information. You have to listen to both sides. You have to listen to what RFK say, and then you have to listen to what the opposite side say, because that's the only way you're going to be fully informed. So irregardless or disregard the person. And I feel like a lot of times we get caught up on that, and that's how you get misled. That's why a lot of these people are out there getting a snake bite, because somebody they like said something. You have to be very careful about that. Idol worship is dangerous. So not saying that you don't give people their flowers and get them their props when they're doing right, but at the end of the day, the person should be left behind. You take the information away.
Right. And so, and I'm going to say this, Dr. Shiva was the first person that I saw back in 2020 that had a major platform that was against all this stuff from the jump. Like he's never not been against it. He's never not spoken against it. He's never not been against all of this stuff since day one. And his tune hasn't changed. And guess what? Even this video is 4 years old. Even 4 years prior, he talking about the Paris Accords agreement. So he's literally always been against this stuff. He's never been for it. So again, I'm going to take what he's saying in this video as the truth, because he's breaking all this stuff down with factual information that we can all look up. None of this stuff is fake.
It is the truth. And I'm not saying, you guys, you can't have that. I like people. I have people that I watch, and I like. I'm not saying I don't like anybody. I'm saying it's very dangerous to associate their information or disregard their information because you do, or accept their information because you like them. So be careful about accepting information from people just because you like them and disregarding information from people just because you don't, or somebody
Right.
told you not to. That's very dangerous because you might miss something. So like your people. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying,
Let me cut my mic off. It's about to get good now.
I got one more bite.
So these carbon credits were created by this group as a vehicle to essentially charge polluters something, and this group has a potential to make trillions and trillions of dollars. So how did this all happen, and what was the Paris Accords? Well, the front end for this entire organization, by the way, Al Gore substantially at a certain point monopolized, had access to a large number of carbon credits, which he had accumulated, and his goal was to have a payday by forcing these businesses in the future around post 2030 to buy these carbon credits. And if you actually look at this, the IPCC's PR, I call it their PR machine, was what we call the Paris Accords. The Paris Accords was really their PR engine to get this out as though everyone needed to get on board. And what the US, if you look at the United States here, put the flag here, the US was being forced by the IPCC. By the way, this included establishment Democrats and establishment Republicans, who were essentially telling the US government that it needed to create what we call a green fund. And this green fund, and I'll explain what this was really about, the US was going to have to put $100 billion into this green fund. And what was this $100 billion for? Well, remember, the countries who are polluting really didn't want to be part of this. They didn't really want to be part of the Paris Accords. Why? Because they have to pay fees to the IPCC. So how do you get them to be part of this? So if I do this over here, what I call the influencers of these countries, influencers of countries. So for example, if you take India, China, and you go down the list of what they call about 190 plus countries, remember, all these people have influencers, so-called advisors. This $100 billion number was going to be funneled through different NGOs. He said that the glaciers were not one of the key advisors in India. Originally, if you go look at it, he said that the glaciers were not one of the key advisors. Leak stuff came out, J-Ron. This is why people were involved in this. In fact,
So right now he's about to talk about where the whole climate change thing came from. He's about to show about what we read earlier about the degrees from the 14 to the 15. So he's about to break it down. But again, Erica, what you said was right. Because what's going to happen is people are going to shun people based on whether they like them or not. And the person that they like is going to lead them into a pit of fire. And the person they don't like is going to have the way to get out. And that's why, like you mentioned earlier, that's why God is no respecter of person, meaning God doesn't look at who the person is. God judges the person's heart. So at the end of the day, a lot of people are going to be deceived because they're going to follow who they like, who they want to follow. And so at the end of the day, Dr. Shiva has opinions on everybody else, and they have opinions on him. But all I can say is, since this whole thing started, he has literally been against it. He has never, not even been deceived, not once. And this video, again, is 4 years old. This video was done when he was going up against Elizabeth Warren for the Senate.
Oh, he's a politician. I don't know who this is, y'all, so I'm not.
Well, I think he was. I think he was trying.
Oh, okay.
I think he invented the email.
I saw somebody here wrote that. I'm gonna look him up.
Let me go to it.
Yeah, Jay Will for sure. Yeah, I think definitely just as Jay Will said, social credit score can have something to do with likes the same way as Black Mirror. Absolutely. You're going to be able to move around the way you want based on your social credit score. Like that lady couldn't get on that airplane. You remember her every time she did something. Like she literally, I don't know if y'all have seen this episode of Black Mirror, but real quick, it's just basically you function in society based on your social credit score. So if Blanche step on my foot and I ding him down, then that's going to affect his credit score. If he give me a piece of candy, I ding him, it's going to go up. They already have us adapted to liking, right? Things that people do, things that people say, we're already already programmed to press buttons and like, right? So that's going to be used with climate change in conjunction. I think it's going to be several factors, but I think one of the factors is going to be how much carbon you're putting out. Another factor is going to be your social credit score in general. So people who are not likable are not going to have access to social media, or not likable are not going to have access to social media, or are going to have to be underground and doing all these things because they're not going to be able to function in society. That's why people are telling you that if you are not down with what they're doing, you're going to have to move out of the cities. Like you're not going to be able to operate in that. You're not going to be able to get on the train. You're not going to be able to get on, do nothing. Definitely not gonna be able to have kids. You're not gonna be able to start a family. Like, think about it. If you're putting out, think about this. If you're putting out a certain amount of carbon input and you on the line and you get pregnant, or you about to have a baby come into your home, and that's gonna be included in your calculations, what you think they finna make you do? What do you think they're about to make you do? Give up your baby, have an abortion? They're making all of these things. They're making all of these things commonplace. I know y'all just saw. I just saw where that girl, I don't know who the girl is, but she basically gave millions of dollars to Planned Parenthood for abortions. You muted, Blanche. You muted. So it's like y'all preparing us. Who was it?
Mackenzie Scott. That's Jeff Bezos' ex-wife.
Oh, okay. Oh, I saw somebody say something about Bezos in the chat too, but yeah, that's wild to me. And they acting like it's philanthropy. They're acting like she's doing something great for society and for the world by giving millions of dollars for people to kill their unborn children. So think about it. You're in your home and you expecting twins. You know what I'm saying? And they already say you at the cap. You cut off. Like they're gonna be telling people to get fixed. They're gonna be making people abort their children. They're gonna make people give up their kids to the elites. They're gonna do all kinds of stuff. Because those people playing with their bodies like that, they're probably not gonna be able to reproduce like we can. You know what I'm saying? So imagine what kind of Handmaid's Tale is about to be going on. Yep.
Some of the WikiLeaks stuff came out. Jairam Ramesh, one of the key advisors in India. Originally, if you go look at it, he said that the glaciers were not receding. And later on, it was stated that the glaciers were receding. And in a recent email in WikiLeaks, he was actually thanking John Podesta for making all of this occur. So you have to really start thinking about what took place. But fundamentally, Trump wanted to exit this because I think Trump realized what was really going on. And what was really going on is this. The mafia of the IPCC was using the United States instrument, our Congress, our tax dollars, to funnel about $100 billion here. So we would pay off these people to join the Paris Accords. Now, let me just tell you, 100 billion is relatively small amount because these guys were going to make trillions. So let me follow this through again so you get it. Businesses today are polluting. Just to give you an example, China today pollutes around 11 billion tons of carbon into the atmosphere. 11 billion tons of carbon. That's what they're doing today. By 2030, or between now and 2030, guess what? China's still allowed to pollute. In fact, China is allowed to go up to 22 billion tons, which means they're allowed to go 11 billion tons in carbon, which means they're going to pollute more. They're going to double their pollution during this period. No penalties. And that's how they got China to join. After 2030, there's going to be a big payday for these guys because they're going to be able to sell China carbon credits. I hope everyone's following. The bottom line is these set of 190, in many ways, so-called influencers and advisors, many of them essentially are waiting for this $100 billion payday, supported the Paris Accords because they're going to be paid. And that's how they force their countries' prime ministers and people to say, yeah, we got to join this Paris Accords. The reality is when you step back and look at this diagram, who really profits is the allies who are going to make money on carbon credits as they fluctuate and rapidly grow in price post 2030. So $100 billion payout to most of these corrupt officials, it's very well worth it for them because they're going to have a 1,000%, 100 to 1,000% increase in profits. So fundamentally, what Donald Trump did was he saw the scam, which is what it is. And fundamentally, what this does is makes liberal bourgeois feel good that they're part of the Paris Accords. In fact, the MIT president has said, you know, we have conclusive evidence that temperature has gone up. Let me just make it very clear that Hansen, the guy who came up with this temperature rating at NASA, you know, during the 1950s to 1990, they used what they said was the average temperature, 1998. During that period, that's how they measured the average temperature. And they said the average temperature was 15 degrees Celsius. And they predicted in 1990, around 1988, that temperature was going to go up. So again, in 1988, papers are starting to come out saying the average temperature measured between 1950 to 1980 is 15 degrees. And they're saying, you know, temperature is going to rise on the planet Earth. Well, what happens? By 1995, 1996, they find out the temperature actually, in fact, gone down a little bit. It was not going up. And somehow, mysteriously, around 2002, Hansen says, yes, the temperature has gone up. And how did he get it to go up? He got it to go up by saying that the average temperature is now 14 degrees. He actually changed the goalpost. Before it's 15, he said now it's 14, and he said we're measuring 14.64. So what they did was a complete lie. And in fact, this changing of the goalpost was done in an email. All of this is written in a beautiful article by Arvind Kumar in American Thinker called 14 is the new 15, or 14 is the new 15. Exactly. So you should go read it by Arvind Kumar in American Thinker. He lays.
How you gonna set your own test score? That's like my kids coming in saying, you know what, I'm gonna take the test today, and the highest score you can give me is 89 because I know I'm gonna get a 90. Like, or you giving them the test score after you took the test. Like, that don't make no sense. You can't select your own requirement and then move it down when you don't like your results.
So as we see, the whole climate change thing is a farce.
It's fake.
It's fake.
They made it. They created it. So somebody is actually obviously measuring the temperature of the earth. I guess they have to, but they have to do that because it's probably people who actually do it, you know, who actually know how to gauge the temperature of the earth. So they have to tell the truth. They have to say what the temperature really is. So they can't mess with that. So they mess with the standard. I don't appreciate that because that is called lying that's lying. That's manipulation.
Well, yeah, it's lying because so here
what is that picture?
it's like showing you all the doom, war, climate change.
It's gonna cause illness. They're gonna say are they gonna say climate change is an illness? Or they're gonna say it causes?
No, they're gonna say the climate change is causing illness.
So basically, it's gonna be like,
if you look right here,
everybody got it.
Look at the social credit score. So imagine them. Just imagine these sick people say your maximum credit score is 1,000, meaning that at 1,000 you pretty much are, anything above 1,000 is almost like saint level, right? But they tell white people you start out at 0, and then black people start out at 200 or 300 to make up for the racism and injustices. So
The fact that they're not losing nothing and doing it, the fact that they're going to win people over and not spend a dime is fascinating. They are going to say, we held on to give you the perfect time so we can really, to when it's really going to count, black people. You know what we're going to do? We're going to solve all your problems, and we're also going to give you $200, 200 points over them crackers. That's what they're going to say.
So-
and the Hebrew Israelites going to say, let's take it. And then all my friends that I used to love going to say, let's do it. Like y'all, and y'all going to think y'all ahead of the game. And y'all going to think y'all really doing it big. And y'all going to be like, finally, our votes paid off. And it's all for your demise. It's all for your demise, people. Do not sign up for your own demise. Please.
So imagine you see articles like black women have the highest average social credit score. You know, all these little and it's gonna be, and then they're gonna say white men have the lowest average social credit score. So
have pins, license plates. They're gonna do it. It's gonna be, you're gonna have a tag on your driver's license that say, yo, you done made the top social credit score by every month in your community. They're gonna throw you a party. Do you understand? And then you're gonna go get your lungs done. Because that's the next step. Like, that is silly. Y'all don't fall for that, please.
And then you're gonna get those new lungs, and with the new lungs, you're not gonna be able to work out. Like, you're not gonna be able to do any kind of physical activity, you know, because your lung capacity is only gonna be able to output so much. So you're not gonna be able to work out. So again, your body gonna be scarred. Your body gonna be scarred up.
You're gonna get big. So that means you don't have to go.
You're gonna get big. So, you know,
if you think you're gonna be able to be big boned and do this, y'all, I'm talking to myself, so I'm preaching to the choir. We need to be working out and being in shape, because you're going to have to, first, if you're gonna be living off the land, you have to be in shape anyway. But if you definitely want to keep your social credit score down, you're gonna have to thin it out a little bit, because you probably emit more carbon. And slow down on the baby making. They're gonna
here goes a good example. You got one guy over there with a full 5.0 with a nice sports jacket on. Lady right here, she has 4.0. A lady right here with 3.0, she's a worker, probably domestic worker. And then you see the guy with the negative 0.5. You see him?
He looked tired.
He just walking with his arms. He just don't care no more. Like, he don't even care who. Think about it, because at that,
his arms stay like that, because it's his social credit score go down. They're gonna have to. They're gonna be like, until you get, because that probably exert. Listen, Blanche, that probably exert less energy. So they probably gonna make one of your limbs stiff until you come down. Because
you get to use your arm back once you get your credit score back up.
Because why they draw his arm like that? Oh, I think he was walking.
I think he's just walking in stride. But my point is, he don't really care though. Like at a negative 0.5, you can't really tell him nothing.
He finna the purge. He finna.
Yeah, like think about it. It can't go no lower than negative. What you gonna do?
He has nothing to lose at that point.
Right.
Nothing to lose. Hey, Steph.
What's up, Steph?
Jay Will said they paused him.
Yeah. He's stuck on pause.
He in metaverse.
He in the metaverse.
Y'all, my mouth will be open real wide if I say. That's why I'm trying to hold my left hand, because that is hilarious. Because it's probably true. That's probably exactly what they're gonna do to them dummies. That is dumb. I'm sorry.
Here goes some more virtue signaling with the children around the world. We got to hold hands and defeat climate change. All the races together.
America in the middle. Start meddling.
America in the middle, right? Again, there's some more virtue signaling.
I do not like her.
I'm moving too fast. Hold on.
What?
And then here we go.
Greta
Greta Thunberg, Thornburg.
Thunberg or something like that.
Listen,
Little ugly. 'Cause
this
they
right,
freak
this
the
thing,
ugliest girl.
this thing right here.
I don't like her. She. I wouldn't be surprised if she the AC. I wouldn't be surprised. Or you said her child. I wouldn't be surprised if it's her because we moving at expeditiously. So you think we're gonna have time to have a whole kid born and raised? And I don't think we're gonna make it that long. But I don't think we lasting for her to grow up and have a kid and grow. That's 50 years, 40 years, 30 years, 20 years, 30. How many? 30 years maybe.
Well,
You're gonna have to grow up.
I want to talk about how they used yeah, she got legions. She showed dude look like she possessed
Does
and
look scary. Why keep telling they gonna charge them a carb tax? He ain't lying.
right.
I eat a lot of bread, baby. That's what I'm gonna spend all my money on my bread.
But they used her as the mascot for this stuff, so you can't go against it.
I don't
So
like
like she's a child, she's a girl. Like you can't really argue with her because she's just a child. So she's kind of protected. She's able to spew out a bunch of garbage under the guise of she's a child that just wants the world to be better. So she gets a pass. But my thing is, she's very rude. She's very mean. She just
despicable.
despicable me.
I don't like her. She's a little I almost said a bad word. Never mind. I don't like her. And she heavy now. She
And now
fat.
she gaining weight. Yeah, all them carbs. She gonna be the first one to get thrown in the jail.
They ain't gonna throw her in there because she they poster child.
No,
She
she ain't.
probably
No,
a
you know.
boy. She look like a boy. I
Right
would be
there,
surprised
she
if
does. You know what?
That's a boy. Look
Right
at
here,
go
look like right here it
back to
does.
the other one. Go back to the
Huh?
other picture. Go back to the other picture.
I don't know.
Let me get a good look. Oh, that might be a little boy. That might be a little boy. I gotta go listen to her talk.
But you know, they put them on hormones when they're young, though.
Yeah, exactly, Keith. She needs to stay in a child's place. She have a big mouth. I wonder who gave her, like, who. That's not even the order of things. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying a kid can't be an activist, but like you said, she's rude and running her mouth. Like that's not even.
Obnoxious.
I stand with the Ukraine. Is she the one for the Friday? Did you put the flyer in there about the Friday thing that they started?
Yeah, but that's her. She's on there.
Oh, Fridays for Future. Y'all go look up Fridays for Future and see what they having them kids do.
I think I have it in here too.
Oh, there you go.
Are you ready to strike? Are you ready to climate strike with Fridays for Future this Friday? Check out the Youth Org's new "We Don't Care" video campaign. So basically, these children who've already missed so much of school already are now about to miss some more school to fight climate change.
They having a walkout every Friday, y'all. Every Friday. So basically, this is another. First of all, the kids need to be in school. The kids need to be in school. Or learning. I'll say that. Number two, you are basically, of course, they're going to walk out. If you tell kids, you're basically almost baiting them or providing them with a reward for standing up for a certain, what you want to call, to advocate for something, right? You're giving them something. Kids want to get out of school. If the teachers and everybody's on board with the kids walking out of school and sitting outside every Friday, the kids are going to do it, whether they agree with climate change or not. But that is how they're going to worm them in and get them bought in. They're going to be fighting for a cause because they want to get out of class, but it's about to snowball because the people that are going to be seeing the footage of them walking out of school all over the world are going to say, look at all those kids. They're going to be doing it all over the world. Mm-hmm. This is hashtag activism. Their parent. And let me tell you, y'all, in those schools, y'all need to check out what they are doing in these schools and taking away y'all rights. Because I'm telling y'all, they are taking away your rights. If Mimi's still in here, she's a teacher too. They are wild with what they're allowing. They're allowing y'all kids. If your kid comes to school presenting as the opposite gender, we're not allowed to tell you that. We can't reference it in a parent meeting. We cannot say anything. We can't even allude to that we know that there's a difference. So what your kid is doing at school, they're basically telling us a lot of y'all. They also are letting people go into the bathrooms, or kids go into the bathrooms that basically the bathrooms are unisex. The teachers
Right.
cannot stop students from going into the bathroom, even if they're going in as the opposite gender. We can't question them. We can't ask them. Even if we know it's a student that's straight as a nail, straight as a board, we can't say anything about them going into the bathroom. And that's what happened here in Virginia. Real quick, is that a little girl got sexually assaulted. And it happened twice. The same kid, they transferred him to another school, and he did it again. He just walked into the bathroom and sexually assaulted the girl. They moved him, and this is in my area. They moved him to another school, and he did it again. And the parents, Virginia used to be a blue state, and we turned it red. Like, y'all, because they were just letting them, like, they were tripping. The parents up here do not play. They shut that down. It's done. Because that's insane, and that's around the country. So if you're in one of those blue states, those are the rules at school. Those are the rules. If you call me and you ask me, is my child coming to school dressed as a boy and as a girl, I have to tell you no. And that's your child. They're letting the kids they're trying to put these mandates in place so the kids can get the snake bite on their own without parent permission. They're pressuring kids to get it. They're pressuring kids to pressure their parents to get it. Telling you.
It goes some quotes by Greta Thunberg. We can't save the world by playing by the rules, because the rules have to be changed. Everything needs to change, and it has to start today. So basically, she's already psychologically implanting them breaking the rules, i.e., taking your rights to save the planet. Everything hinges upon your rights being gone. Every solution will require you to give up something.
She look weird.
She looking, yeah, because she going through puberty, and
I think that looked like a clay picture. That's not a real picture of her. That look
yeah,
like
I just think she's gaining weight.
she's a hideous. She look like her name should be Greta. She look like she do throw the shot put.
Yeah. You must unite behind the science. You must take action. You must do the impossible, because giving up can never be an option. So, in other words, people are going to want to quit this whole climate change thing, and not going to let you. People are going to say they're tired of it. They want to do this. No excuses.
Nothing not gonna let you. They're not gonna let you, but it's just the fact that you're gonna want it to be over, and it's never gonna be over. And the same thing gonna happen when you alter your body. When you alter your body, them teeth gonna be gnashing, and you're gonna be down here wanting, blaspheming, because you are here on earth. So why would you look at her face? She's so angry.
Always upset.
So angry.
We can't save the world by playing by the rule. Oh, that's the same quote. A different quote.
Mimi, saying all kind of anything. My kids, I freely, and I'm saying it on this, I freely express who's in charge in my classroom every single day. They're gonna get it some kind of way. You gotta plant seeds. If y'all can let kids, girls go in the bathroom and boys go in the bathroom, and the kids vaping and smoking and doing all that, then I can tell them about Jesus. Okay, I can tell them I'm gonna pray for you. I can say that. And I'm gonna say it. And I'm gonna pray when I come in my room every day.
We are going to change the fate of humanity, whether you like it or not. Everyone and everything needs to change. But the bigger your platform, the bigger your responsibility, the bigger your carbon footprint, the bigger your moral duty to make the changes required. We need role models and leaders, people like you. This ties right into the social credit score. This ties right into forcing influencers to be a part of this. This falls right into all of that. None of this, what she's saying right here, sounds voluntary, but you don't think too much of it because she's a child. So you kind of don't really listen to her because like, oh, this is a kid. climate.
The great, let me tell you how backwards this finna be though, Blanche, because they really basically putting it out there, and you know this not gonna happen, or maybe it will. So basically they putting it out there that the bigger your carbon footprint, the bigger your moral duty. A lot of people are gonna take that as meaning you have money. A lot of people are going to look at that as the elite are going to be responsible for taking care of this at first. And then what they're going to realize is they don't mean that. What they mean is you breathing. You know what I'm saying? When you hear carbon output, people don't associate that with their body. They associate that with money. Climate change is associated with the economy, like your carbon footprint. That's why they tie it to stuff like credit cards. Y'all, they associating that mentally with the economy and not your body. So you're gonna think that you're helping, but you're hurting your vessel. You're hurting your own body.
And then you're gonna have our people gonna be on TV talking about, I thought the carbon output was just for the folk to have money. Come to find out, everybody in my neighborhood, this one city block is putting out more carbon than a small country.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got a bunch of our people talking about we're made up of carbon, and we're this is the funniest thing I've heard. So basically, you got my people saying we're made of carbon. We're made of carbon. The people that are kissed by the sun, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
We're made of carbon. So y'all gonna be running in the streets bragging about how y'all got all this carbon, emit carbon, and they finna come snatch y'all right up.
They finna cut y'all off because y'all gonna be doing too much. All that.
They finna snatch y'all up.
Oh, the hookah.
Oh my goodness.
Hookah? You can't smoke your hookah. They
You
gonna say
can't smoke
hookah.
no cigarettes. No, you can't do no
hookah emit too much carbon.
Cigarettes, marijuana, all the stuff we love to glorify. They finna shut it off.
They can even control the population through it. Everything is controlled by it. When you think they're gonna tell you having intercourse is too much carbon output. Y'all are making too many kids. They're not gonna want people like us walking around. They don't want us reproducing and making more little revolutionaries like us, right? So y'all ain't gonna be able to be humping. Okay, if we are measuring y'all carbon output, y'all ain't gonna be able to do it. So they're gonna be able to control. They're gonna have their hands in every part of your life if you're on here, because they're gonna be able to control your steps, your like everything.
And they're going to be able to measure all this stuff in you because you're going to put the device in your body. They're going to come to you. They're going to tell you to put this in your, because they're going to say it's not a snake bite. They're going to say it's not this. They're going to say it's just a microchip. It's just a tracking device. It's just this. And folks are going to put it in their body. They're going to do it because their job is going to say, you got to get the chip or you can't have your job.
How you going to get in the building? That's what they're going to tell you. How you going to get in the building without the thing? You can't even get in.
How you going to get on the plane?
You can't even get in. All your access is going to be associated through what they already got people downloading on their phones, which is these passports. Everything is going, like your carbon output is going to unlock your passport, and you're going to be able to pass. But if you're not passing your carbon score, you won't be going anywhere. You'll be sitting in your home until your arm gonna be stuck until you bring your carbon score down. And that's gonna involve you not doing any activity, like taking care of your kids, going to work. Like you literally gonna have to be what is it? Is it sedentary? How do you say that word? Sedentary? Whatever that word is, meaning you sit still, that's what you're gonna be doing. And what they're gonna do is they're gonna give you a check. They're gonna give you not a check, they're gonna give you food, they're gonna give you everything you need to sit in your house. They're gonna make sure you eat. And they're gonna make sure you drink. They're gonna make sure you use the bathroom, and everything else lockdown.
They have a bunch of woke shows on. Give you all the entertainment you want.
Or they might let you go to the metaverse. They might let you go to the metaverse. You might have to go to the metaverse, but you can't have fun there. You can just go over there.
You're gonna be a slave in the metaverse.
Yep, go work it off.
They let you be a slave. But guess what? Most of the people gonna love it because they want to be oppressed so bad. They can do it virtually. We cannot solve a crisis without treating it as a crisis. And if solutions within the system are so impossible to find, then maybe we should change the system itself. And you know good and well, Greta Thunberg said, "Stop, man! They got to stop."
Greta ain't right there.
On climate change, we have to acknowledge that we have failed.
When did it start?
So that's how they get people to buy in. They're gonna say it's everybody's fault.
I voted against.
Oh, hold on, here we go.
Mimi.
Let's play some of these videos real quick. Because our time's getting away from us.
You know I like talking.
I voted against the digital green certificate back in April. Unfortunately, it was adopted nonetheless. And this just goes to show there's only a minority of MEPs who truly stand for European values. The majority of MEPs, for whatever reasons unbeknown to me, obviously support oppression of the people while claiming shamelessly to do it for the people's own good. But it is not the goal that renders a system oppressive. It is always the methods by which the goal is pursued. Whenever a government claims to have the people's interest at heart, you need to think again. In the entire history of mankind, there has never been a political elite sincerely concerned about the well-being of regular people. What makes any of us think that it is different now?
And the irony of this is everybody tells me they don't trust the government. And I'm like, I'm missing something because I've heard that my whole life.
Mm.
And the one moment when that was put to the test, most people failed.
Now you know that people full of it. They are full of it. They are full of those. They don't have no character. They have low character. First of all, they double-minded. They got two track minds because they believe two things at the same time that can't possibly be, and they believe both to be true. Like you can not like the government and take the snake bite. I mean that you can not trust the government and still take something that they made. That you can do all kinds of things that don't make no sense, like be upset that somebody has a white wife and you're cheating on your black wife.
Mhm.
All double-minded things. Two things they never match up. The two things never match in black people's brains, and they believe both of them are true.
Oh man, I didn't know that Greta was this old.
How old is Greta?
19.
Ooh. Oh, this is not the right one. Who said that?
Just looked it up.
Oh, Greta is hideous, and she sounds like a man. Is that her? Greta sounds like a grown man. That was her talking?
No, that wasn't her talking. No.
Oh.
Her name is Greta Eleonora Ernman.
I love you too, Stan. You know we get tomorrow.
Ernman Thunberg.
Thunberg.
You got an ugly name, boy.
Greta
Greta 1010 Eleonora Inman Thunberg.
That is not that lady. That is not that girl name.
I'm serious.
Greta what? Greta what?
Greta 1010 Eleonora Ernman Thunberg.
Why they do her like that? Why they do her that? They didn't have to do that to her. How many names is that? 5?
I feel like when the child come out and it's not cute and the baby's not cute, they just try to make it,
Oh,
you got to make it unique.
They should have named her Apple, like the rest of the celebrities. Why they had to say Greta 10? It's the 1010 for me. 1010 Eleanor, and then they spelled Eleanor. Either you spelled it wrong, or they spelled it crazy.
They spelled it Eleonora.
You tore it up. Eleonora. Ernman Thunberg.
Play this video real quick.
I want to see her husband. Who she gonna marry? Because
I
baby,
don't think she's gonna marry. I don't think she'll be with a man.
She probably gonna be with herself.
MasterCard and the United Nations are joining forces to monitor the carbon effect of your credit card purchases. And then you'll hit your carbon max and it'll stop working. Hey, of course, it's voluntary for now. The new credit card is called Doconomy. And on the back of the card, it's going to say, I am taking responsibility for every transaction I make to help protect the planet. This is a social credit score, and it's a proof of concept. The Doconomy CO2 credit card website claims it is the largest initiative ever taken by a bank in educating its users on the impact of consumption. They say themselves they want to set a global standard for carbon calculations. That's the key. Once they have their numbers in place, then they can give every single purchase you make a score and punish you directly. This is what China does. And of course, this will only be enforced on you and me and any businesses that don't go along with their scheme. And banks are going to enforce it.
I'm muted. My bad.
So basically, you're gonna have your so once they link your finances to your carbon,
You through.
which will reflect your credit, like your social credit, it's over. Because now you're gonna do what they say do to not affect your money. I saw something today where they said that companies are going to start incentivizing their employees to only allow them to spend a certain amount of money on stuff like junk food. So basically, you won't even be able to spend money on stuff that's not what they deem to be healthy.
And you know, they've already started it. Like all the options, like I just realized the way, like being me, I was talking about it at work, the way that Michelle Obama desecrated the lunch for these kids. Like they literally basically give them, if y'all have kids in the school system, let them take their lunch to school, because it is disgusting, all in the name of health, right? So imagine like what is coming. Imagine what is coming. They're not gonna even they giving y'all that. They're not gonna even give y'all that. Eventually, like your kids are not gonna be able to go to school if your social credit score not right. Like people are going to be, it isn't. I know Blanche's talking about the financial part. He's talking about the financial part, but it's going to affect all your whole life. You know, I mean, I guess, but Blanche probably, I don't know if maybe you mean like not money wise, but like, you think this is going to happen before we go to digital currency?
No. What I'm saying is, so let's say you have digital currency, right? And then they incentivize people to get the cards because they're going to be incentivizing the carbon cards. So once people get the cards, now you have to not emit the carbon to make sure your money's not affected. Then they're going to say, because the fine print's going to say, if you go over this carbon limit, you're going to owe $5,000.
Oh, they really, because they're going to punish you. It's not, they're not going to give you nothing. They're not, oh, yeah. You're going to get sanctioned like they doing in Ukraine. They doing that in China. They doing that in Australia. When those people come out of their lockdown, they get charged for that. They end up having, like literally today, like it's happened since the panoramic started, that I don't know if it's been tied to something else in the past, but they are charging the people on their tax. Imagine they take your whole income tax because you breathe wrong.
That's what they're going to do though. So I'm saying what's going to make folks act right is they don't want their money affected. That's why I was saying everybody not bucking now is going to, everybody that's not vocal about what's going on, they're going to do it. They're going to comply because they're only being not vocal either from social pressure or job pressures. Either way, they got you because either they get you to tell you that you can't come into this establishment unless you have this type of card or unless you got a certain amount of, you got to prove, just like they have a snake bite passport, they're gonna have the carbon passport. It's gonna be the same thing.
And they're gonna tell you can't come in. I'm out here in DC, baby.
You can't come in.
They literally tell you cannot come in. Like you can't come in. I don't know if everybody got to really feel the full effect of the mandates, but in places in DC we did. Like they basically was like, no, you cannot come in. You don't have it. I know people in different places like Texans and stuff. Like when I go back home to Houston, it feel normal. But like when up here, baby, they was like, nope, outside. I couldn't even go to my friend's birthday. Couldn't go. Or my baby meets, my daughter's gymnastics meets. It was a time that I couldn't go to them. Up until recently, I just got to go to one. I wasn't taking a shot. And I wasn't taking a test.
for this to happen. So how do you even prepare for something like this to happen?
I don't know, and I feel like when it comes out a little bit more how this could have happened, I feel like that's how we can kind of attack that. But even I was thinking of ways like tech solutions. You know, people come into these festivals with these bands that only scan you in, right? We have all type of tech now that can track your heart, can track your, oxygen levels, can track you're gonna be sick. You can put things now if you're gonna be, get lost. There's all type of ways now. I feel like that could be the band that only gets you access to entry or to the food line or to food trucks can now be solvable to helping save lives. Can now be more of a response to people that are now on site and on the ground. I feel like that could be a way, or even just figuring out.
Is climate change real? Fuck no, they playing on us and playing with us.
This my boy. Y'all heard Travis Scott? Y'all was wondering what y'all was wondering. If y'all was wondering what all that concert was about, now I'm not saying any lives were lost. I'm not saying that, but I feel like a whole bunch of people missed the fact that I missed it when he did that Charlemagne interview. I went back and watched it again or finished it or whatnot, and I realized that was what it was about. When they asked him about solutions for people not being crushed in a concert, he went to talk about putting tech on them that measure their heart rate and so you really trying to tell me you basically trying to tell me that because everybody knows that stage and all that stuff was a setup. That was a planned, intentional deal that happened at that concert. So you're basically telling me that y'all allowed this to happen. Y'all allowed this to happen so y'all can put tech on people, because eventually what's going to happen, that girl done had this baby. So now if you go look in his comments, people have totally forgotten about what happened at that concert not even 6 months ago. And he's going to get his social credit score back up, and he's going to have another concert, and this time, to make it safe, he is going to put tech on people, and I guarantee you it's going to be something permanent, something that they're going to have to keep on them or keep around them or use in the future. That is going to be a test to see how that works and to see how it affects people and to see it's tracking, it's surveillance. Like, it's insane. That is transhumanism. Like, you want to be able, if you can monitor my heart rate, if you know my heart is beating too fast from miles and miles away, then that means you're monitoring it. You have something in my body or something on my body that tells you what my body is doing. That means you can stop it if you want to. That's how I feel.
And if a person says, I don't want to leave, you monitor my heart, you tell me my heart's about to have a heart attack, and I say, I want to stay. What you gonna do? You gonna let me stay? You gonna force me? Again, every solution they have involves your rights being taken away. So what Travis Scott's talking about, the solution to his demonic frequency concert, his solution is for the people that go to his concerts to, again, is the watch thing is not going to be good enough, because they're going to say it has to be inside of your body to measure it properly. I'm telling you what they're going to do. Then they're going to say so instead of giving you an injection, we can just download protection. That's how they're going to get everybody. We can download it into you. Now you're safe. No different than on a computer with the antivirus software. And again, everybody's going to do it.
You going through puberty?
Who?
It sounds like something happens to your voice.
No, everybody's going to do it because they're going to tie it to not just your job this time, but to also your social credit. Mm-hmm. So now when you don't want to do it, it's going to be tied to everything. Your card, your job, everything is going to reflect it. So most folks are going to cave and do it.
And it's not going to take much because people are afraid. When you think about it, y'all, like I had said in the last live, like, think about how torn up people's bodies are going to be by then. Think about how mentally torn up people are going to be by then. Like, people, I don't know what everybody's having around them, but in Houston, a lot of people are dying. Like, people are dropping like flies. And I mean, me and Blanche are going to might do a live about just some stuff that I've been seeing, and just kind of me connecting the dots on some theories I have about Houston being a smart city and what they're doing over there. If y'all start paying attention, there's a lot of stuff happening in Houston. It's a lot of crime. It's a lot of murders. It's a lot of catastrophes, natural disasters, that concert. Like, they are piling it on because they're going to do something. Something is going on over there. So
And Houston's going to be one of the smart cities, right?
yes, it's one of the first ones. So they are creating all this chaos over there. So these people are going to be begging for surveillance. Like just like in LA, they running around knocking people out and doing all this stuff. Those people are going to be begging, track me. As long as I can keep my life, as long as I know that when I come from the grocery store, nobody going to knock me upside the head with a brick and run off.
Track me.
Take
all my rights.
Take all my rights. And they are go ahead, take a look at all the stuff that's going over there in Texas. And I know because I'm from there. I mean, not in Texas, and just in Houston. It is wild. It's the OK Corral.
It's crazy.
It really is. And it's sad.
Yeah, so I think we pretty much covered everything for this session. I think next time we can talk about, I guess, like periodically come back and
now I'm excited about the next time.
What's next time? The segment or the Houston thing?
No, the ladies with the little boy, the kids.
Oh yeah. The next one we do is gonna be wild.
It's gonna be really good, y'all.
You know,
it's gonna be
good.
Really, really good. All right. From Houston to New Orleans. Yeah. So you already know how it is in coming, especially both cities, both of them are Democratic. I don't know about I don't think you're welcome, Brooke. I don't think and yeah, y'all help Blanche. Help us get. I said click the like button. You gotta say share, comment, subscribe.
Oh.
That's right, Britt. He who seeks his life will lose it. But yeah, we have a really good one coming up that's going to be I think that it's going to be new for a lot of people, and it's very very something that we probably should have been talking about. But
yeah, it's actually mine. You're going to be mind blown and enraged at the same time.
It's good. It's
going to be both emotions.
It's good. That's right, Mimi. I agree. She said God is still moving to the yes. I have a lot of people that at first since I started posting, like just how I feel, because for a long time I just didn't say anything, but slowly people are like DMing me, like people that I know, are saying you like I understand, I see, like I'm starting to read my Bible. I get that a lot, y'all. So never think that what you're doing is not working, because I thought that anybody listen to me. I'm just saying, like Steph and y'all like my stuff, but other than that, I didn't really think nobody was. I was just expressing myself, but people are listening. So y'all say what you got to say. Like at the end of the day, God told us to stand on our word, keep our heads high, and stand on what we believe in. So like I said, like with my kids, what are you going to do to me? There's nothing on this earth that anybody can do to me that's going to make me stop edifying God and sharing him. Like these are children. Like the last thing that I should be, if I can talk to them about suicide and depression and transgender, and if you can talk to them about that, you can tell them about God, and you can't change my mind about that. So if I have to lose my job because of that, then it's just so be it, because I know I'm making changes in my kids' lives. Like not all of them, of course, but I see the difference that it makes since I brought God into my classroom. I suggest everybody does it, and if they have something to say about it, then you know who they can talk to.
Right.
That's what they can talk to. That's it. Because I wouldn't want somebody to do it for my child.
Yeah, I think now is the time. We don't really have the luxury of being unwavering. Being wavering, being passive, because the stuff's moving too fast and they're more aggressive. And especially after this Peter pandemic, now they know they can get away with anything now. So now it's going to be, this next go around is going to be ridiculous, because they know. And I see so many people saying, I'm not getting the fourth. I'm not getting the fourth. I'm not taking the fourth. I'm not doing the fourth. We tired of it. We tired. You gonna do it.
Gonna do it.
You're gonna do it because the kind of conviction it takes to do it, you would have already had it. Like you wouldn't have took the first 3. You can't, like you're not gonna get brave in the fourth quarter. Like either the fourth quarter gonna represent where you've been the whole fight or the whole game. So
Yeah.
you ain't finna turn the switch on in the fourth quarter.
I just don't. I don't see it happening. I don't see, and I know you. Everybody's not lost, and I understand that. But once again, like they say, the road is narrow. You know, like the path to salvation is very narrow. So it's going to have to be something that is going to shake up everything that everybody has ever believed in, right? And I feel like it's going to be a major thing, definitely going to be tied into climate change. But at the same time, y'all need to hold the line. Like never doubt yourself. Like I was saying
Erica, somebody proposed to you.
Who?
In the
Good.
comments.
Y'all stop playing. Stop, y'all. Don't do that. Don't do that, Chuck. I don't know who Chuck is. Hey, Chuck. Y'all know I don't know y'all names from I don't know y'all names from Instagram. All I know is Brit. Y'all gotta tell me who y'all are. But yeah, I was saying just hold the line. Like don't be wavering. I never doubted myself. And you know, for people who don't have kids, I don't know. I mean, I commend y'all for the people that don't have kids, because really it's my kids for me that I was just like, I gotta protect them. That's really all that's where it started from, where it stemmed from. So I don't know what would have, you know, prompted it now. I mean, you know, if I didn't have kids. So y'all are very commendable, but I'm just saying I can't take that chance. Like people are saying like 0.00000 chance your child will get a heart issue. Why would I do that? Why would I take that chance when I don't have to? That's insanity to me. Any 0% chance is too much for me because it might be mine. Right. You're crazy. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm gonna look crazy.
No, I mean it's just the truth.
Hey Edna, tell me your IG. Y'all gotta tell me. Y'all can tell Chuck said you can be the best man, Blanche.
I'll be the best.
He will. Thank you, Chuck. Yes, Edna, you can come. That's my girl. I was just talking about you.
Who?
That's she denies herself, I think. I think the one Edna is she denies herself. Tell me if that's you.
It's hard for me because I be so the names are challenge for me, so I don't even try to even correlate.
Edna? Is it Edna?
No, she said the same as this.
Have I been reading your name wrong the whole time? If so, that's wild because I really have said it.
You know the real Ansi is on
I know the real Ansi. Okay, I know Ansi. Oh yeah. Okay, hey Ansi. I don't know why I thought here. It's funny. I thought Ansi was a girl here. I don't know why.
Oh.
Just because of the name. Maybe because your circle pink. I know I'm not supposed to be associating color with gender, but
yeah, Mimi's Monica. Yeah.
Okay, Monica. I think I gotta follow you, Mimi, or I might follow you. Yes, it is. She denies herself. I was like, I know. I was reading. You in my area, girl. We up here. Yes, Blanche always sleeping.
Who said Blanche is sleepy?
You always be sleepy on your lives. Always rubbing your eyes, sleepy. I don't know why I don't know, y'all. Blanche chooses 9 o'clock. I don't know why he chooses this time, and he know he old.
So maybe I need to do it earlier.
I mean, what y'all think? Ask them. Yeah, I know. Let me know if y'all think you should do a little earlier. I think this is a good time though. But you always yawning.
I try to keep. I yawn all day.
Well, you got to be up. Like they want to see you up like me. You know, when you juxtapose to my personality, you probably look like you dragging. But I have a lot of energy, y'all. Sorry, Ancy. I have a lot of energy, so I make Blanche look tired. He's not tired.
I'm not tired like that now.
I'm just reading. I'm trying to read people up with info.
But
yeah, I feel it.
But yeah, you know, at the end of the day, though, we gotta. I mean, now it's game time, and we got to get serious. But what they have coming is climate change, and we haven't seen nothing like what these folks are going to have, and they're going to slide it in. And I just know folks going to latch on to it because they just believe in it so strongly. and it's an easy way to be a good person. It's an easy way to virtue signal. It's an easy way to get into places. It's an easy way to join organizations. It's an easy way to be the who's who, and
Yeah.
it's gonna be crazy, man.
They finna boule they right. Oh, you know them.
Yeah.
You know them sororities and fraternities finna virtue signal. They finna say chucks and pearls and world.
Oh my
It's
goodness.
on our nerves.
We
They finna be
stomping.
stepping.
Hold on, we stepping against climate change.
Looking like get on.
AK
I love y'all
Alpha
talking.
Alpha Kappa Alpha supports climate change. The Kappas, we're using biodegradable canes. You know, they're gonna just start all kind of we don't use paddles anymore because it takes the carbon from the trees and make they're gonna do all kind of stuff with the Greek stuff. I mean, it's just come on. Like
She denies herself. You need to go on Blanche Live. I saw your comment. You took your time and you typed out a lovely comment. She was the one about the food. She does the storage. You pinned her comment.
which one is she?
She's the one that says Edna denies herself, but on Instagram is she denies herself. You pinned her comment today.
I did. I don't.
You gonna come on live? You gotta teach me. I've been stocking up, but
This is Edna.
Yes, I like her. Thank you, Britt.
Who's in the picture on here though?
My dog. Thank you.
Pass gas.
Yes, that's because he got that nose all day long, y'all. If you have like a pit bull, Boston Terrier, not a pit bull. What's the fat ones? The fat ones with the huge nose. No, pugs probably fart too a lot. It's the ones with
Bulldogs? Bulldogs.
Bulldogs, yeah, all those little dogs with the smush nose. Come on, you can turn. You don't have to use your camera. I'm shy too. You know how long it took Blanche to get me on to do this? It took me. I don't even know why I say it. No, Blanche, stop. We've been talking about this. Well, stop playing. We've been talking about this for a minute, and I've been saying no, so stop. That's why the first time. Let me tell you how he just storied. That's why the first time it was recorded because what did I say?
Well, I want to do it live.
Because I didn't want to do it. So don't listen to him. The story that we're gonna tell y'all, the story we're gonna talk about next week is we researched that story how long ago?
That's been months.
Yeah, it's like December.
I gotta catch up on it.
You didn't finish it?
Yeah, I finished it.
Oh. Yes, I am shy, y'all. I get shy for like stuff like this, but not in real life. I mean, yeah, this is real life, but you know what I'm saying. I'm shy for social media. I don't know.
Mimi said her youngest son is at USC and they're really pushing climate change. I know in California, in New York, they're definitely, those are the hotbeds for all this wokeism.
The Door of Cosmos said all shots can. I agree about that. I feel like that's what the lady was telling us. Oh, Mimi. Oh, tell him don't listen, Mimi. I know he got a praying mom, so he gonna be all right. But they was talking about those shots and what they're actually, not this one, but what they're actually doing like to these kids, y'all. It's so, and I feel like that's another reason why these kids, and maybe Mimi can let us know in the chat. What's it called? Why they have all these tags on these kids. A lot of it goes to towards those things that they've been giving them. What they say, 144 something they would have taken by now, once they're 18, 144, y'all. And those things are giving ADHD, autism. If you see kids walking on their toes, kids with sensory issues, like all that stuff is from those childhood things. And my friend just had a baby, and I was so sad when I saw her giving the I'm not talking about but I'm talking about not the snake bite one, but like the regular ones. So it's just like, it just made my flesh crawl because I know what's in it. And I know what it's doing to people.
Yeah.
And I don't want to step on nobody's toes. People are parents. People want to parent their kids how they want. So it's like, do you say something or do you not? I didn't say anything because God didn't tell me to. So I just kept quiet. But it sucks. Brittany, you shy? I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Oh yeah, we want some candles. I have candles all the time, y'all. I got candles everywhere. I keep them. So send me some. Yeah, I'll buy some of your candles.
Yeah, I'll support it.
Britt, you went on a live. Britt, if you went on a live, you could do this. This I feel like it's.
I could have swore Britt came on a live when I was on there with Che, one of our first shows.
Oh, she said yes. She did.
Was it the first show? I think it might have been the first show she
The
came on.
very first one.
I think.
Nice. Oh, Britt.
I got to go back and look. So I think it was the first show. I think.
You need to come on. Tell her come on in. More people should come. I think you should tell people to volunteer. I feel like a lot of people don't volunteer for your live anymore, like they used to. I used to always see like new people. You should do that. You should continue doing that. Y'all like that when the people come?
I'll start doing that, telling people to come on.
Yeah. Just choose a topic and or maybe you can just do. You know what'd be cool after these videos? Then a couple days later, you can do like a live to talk about what we talked about in these videos. So they have to watch this one and then go to the live.
Okay. I mean, they can go live on here too, though.
Oh, like they can come to this?
Yeah, they can come on here.
Oh, yeah, do that.
Yeah. Come on here.
Yeah, me too. I talk a lot. Yeah, I talk a lot. People tell me all the time, but it's paying off now because I get to talk about something y'all need to hear.
Oh. Chuck said when he started his podcast, I want to fly you in to speak. Would you be interested?
Where you live, Chuck? Where you live at? Chuck probably live in Indiana. I ain't going to Indiana. What you say, Britt? I only got the end. You say in person. No, Megatron can't come, Ancy. So maybe we don't know how to oh yeah, I like what she denies herself. I like that idea. Steph, this not a podcast?
Oh, you want me to post my old videos, Edna?
This is not a podcast. That's what we call it, but it's not, right? Why don't you take the audio blanch and upload it to a podcast format? Can you do that? That way you can just might as well.
I guess I can, huh?
Just rip the audio. I think that's a good idea for you to post. Oh, Ohio? I ain't never been to Ohio.
Dayton.
I don't know. I don't even know what that is. I really don't know what Ohio is. That's it. Yes, I know. Yeah, I guess I don't know. It's kind of, I don't know. You think it'll be beneficial for you to take it and put it like on a platform? I guess.
I mean, it's possible. I'm gonna look to see what my options are.
No, but you have to just keep reading those. You're gonna have to keep reading like you did today. Keep reading read what you put up there, because then they're not gonna be able to see it.
Yeah.
You have to keep that in mind. Steph, y'all going on. Steph, get on. Y'all so messy.
Listen, man, Chuck wants you to be on his podcast, man.
Chuck, I'll come talk on your podcast. Of course I will. You gotta tell me what the topic gonna be so I can decide. I sure will. Oh, but listen, Chuck, you better give me while I'm free. Because y'all finna have to pay the fee.
Right.
Which the young generation moving right. Now I'm just joking with. I don't know. Maybe that's what God wants me to do.
I saw somebody go from free to anywhere the cheapest 2,500 to 5,000.
How much?
From 2,500 to 5,000.
Per speak. I'm talking about per speak.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying.
To come on the show, yeah.
I mean, but I think I appreciate y'all supporting. I mean, we trying a lot of things, to be honest. So let us know what y'all think. Let me know, give us feedback, ideas. I don't know. I feel like, my DMs are always open.
Y'all heard that? Slide in.
for suggestions. So like if you have, I was telling somebody else today, like people who or ideas that you want to talk about or hear about, that I'll do it. We can talk about it. Stop, Steph. Blanche not gonna let me come on his show no more. I know he don't like this attention I'm getting. Y'all know he always get the attention because you so handsome. Heart. My heart beating out my chest for you, Blanche. So I know he used to this.
Who said that?
Y'all say he please to him.
I don't even be seeing it.
Blanche, stop. You don't be seeing when the people be in the comments. I know your DMs be on fire, so don't even.
No.
I know your exactly, Steph. Thank you. She Steph know the truth.
No, man, I don't know, man. I just come on in. I try to be led. I'm just led by the spirits, you know.
Man, go on. That haircut ain't the spirit told you to get that that haircut.
Yeah, the Lord said, they said that cleanliness is next to godliness. So I had to get clean, you know.
Whatever.
That's what I was told.
Y'all know he. Oh, Ancy, thank you. Y'all. I don't like the attention.
Ancy said you hear.
Blanche, y'all give it to Blanche. Y'all making me blood.
No, listen now. I don't ever see it. So if I get some hard eyes, I'm gonna be ecstatic, you know. So I'm just.
Y'all don't do that. Y'all make sure. Listen, y'all. Next time Blanche go live, I'm gonna put all the ladies. We're gonna put heart eyes. We're gonna put them up. Yes, do it. When y'all see me put one, y'all put one.
Oh, thanks, Edna. I appreciate it, man. Y'all make me blush, man. It's too much. Y'all.
I know. Look, go on, Blanche. Look, nobody even saw it in the comment. Nobody saw it in the comment. Nobody comment till you said something. Stop.
Thanks, Edna.
Stop. Y'all silly. Yeah, everybody the ladies love Blanche. Look at that.
Yeah, y'all too much, man. You know,
listen, ladies. I don't want to have to fight y'all now. Me and Blanche have a very good relationship. Don't come up, Blanche. I already said I ain't going nowhere. So I don't know what to tell y'all. We a package.
Listen.
You're gonna have to have some strong skin, ma'am. Because if anything go wrong, I'm calling Blanche because I don't know what to do. Look. Blanche not gonna have no Blanche. I'm sorry, but I'm serious. I'm serious though. You better tell them, Blanche. Tell your the ladies that might like you.
Thanks for the screenshots, Mimi.
They got to get along with me.
Why they got to get along with you? They ain't got to get. Listen, man, don't put pressure on people. Listen.
They don't. It is what it is, y'all. It is what it is.
I ain't said nothing to Chuck. I haven't said anything to Chuck and Ancy about you. I ain't put out don't leave my heart eyes alone. Leave mine alone.
I'm telling we two different people. What I'm telling y'all is I'm very, very territorial. Okay. So
I don't know what she talking about. I ain't said nothing about Chuck and Ancy.
We come together.
No.
So if you like Blanche, you're going to like me too. So y'all better be nice to me. Look, he said, no, I'm joking. Yes.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yes.
Grace.
Greedy. That's right, ultimate girlfriend. That's right. You're going to be nice to me. Some of them ladies not that nice to me.
Man, I ain't trying to hear that.
I'm just playing.
Everybody on my lives is nice.
Don't start.
Unless it's a troll.
Megatron not nice. I know, because we've been, no, for real, but for real, I'm being dead serious. Like, we're trying to build something, like we are definitely trying to have work to do, for God. And I don't want nothing to get in the way of that, So I'm saying that for myself either. I mean, I'm saying it to him, but I'm serious. Like, that's going to matter to me, because I got stuff to do. So if you ain't feeling it, then you're not gonna be the person for me. Because people are people. People feel some type of way. Yep, she gonna have to love Jesus too. That's right. Okay. Yeah. I rubbed some cocoa butter on my face or something. But yeah, the next one is gonna be really nice. Yes, Lynch.
The next one's gonna be good, man. It's gonna be you know what? We need to I'm gonna put a clip. I'm gonna put a clip for this week for the one coming up.
Because we did. I don't want to say what it is. We're going to talk about that because I don't really want to say what it is. Because then I don't want people to go research it. I want them to be like, what, as we telling a story.
Okay.
Unbelievable. We can talk about it later.
All right.
That's right. People of character. We all are people. Yeah. When you're a person of character, that should be understandable. So that's how I feel.
Right.
Any other questions?
Yeah.
You got questions?
Ooh.
You. So you
No,
said
I'm good.
what's it? So we're gonna keep it at 9:00. So is 9:00 gonna be the time?
Yeah.
Some people said a little bit later. We're gonna do next Saturday. Some people gonna be you want to do it later? You want to do it at 10?
No, 9 is fine. And yeah, it'll be on YouTube. It'll be next Saturday at 9.
You gonna like
they should get like a little
No, I don't want to give y'all nothing because the story is so good.
it is listen, man, it's good.
It has to do with everything, and it's interesting. Like, it's a good story. Every race, liberalism, LGBTQ, protested, like all of these things, murder, suicide.
Murder, virtue signaling,
It's a lot.
liberal racism, child abuse,
Everything you could think of.
the amount of our children in the foster care, like it covers at least 10 major issues.
And it's extremely sad. Y'all gonna be hype. Yeah, I hope y'all hype, and I hope that it causes y'all to really just talk about what's going on, because it's gonna show the mind frame, like the programming, and how when we idol worship, you gotta cut it off.
No, because I may have to do something on.
Oh yeah, somebody said that.
Yeah, hold on, let me see. I thought it was on Friday. It's Saturday.
Hold on, y'all.
Dang it. Oh, it is Saturday. Oh no, you know what? No, it should be over with. Because it's at 6:30, so we should be done. Yeah, we should be done. Because if it's at 6:30, then our show is at 9, so we shouldn't be there for, 2 hours. 2.5 hours. So I'm hope,
So you said Saturday? What, the second? Is that the
6:30 p.m.
Saturday 6:30? Oh, okay. Well, nice to know.
No, we should be done though.
No, I'm saying because I had it's okay.
We should be done by then though. Because I'm 6:30, we shouldn't be there past 9 o'clock. 8:30.
I think it's a good time. I think 9 o'clock is a decent time. I just was asking because I heard there's some people in there. Are we talking too much? You think we're talking too much? This I don't think the story that we're talking about next week is not gonna be. It's good.
Oh yeah. Next week is gonna be it won't be it's not really that controversial. It's controversial, but not
conspiracy.
Yeah.
It's not a conspiracy.
No conspiracies, yeah.
It's just what happened, and it is what it is, and it kind of ties into everything that's kind of going on as far as BLM and all that kind of stuff, and basically how harmful just being. I'm not saying I am. I was gonna how harmful the left is, because they're extremely harmful and destructive. And this story is just a really great example of how Black people look at white people that are from the left as saviors, and they are doing much more damage than they are helping. And that's really the theme of the story.
And I got a video that I'm gonna post this week where I talk about how everybody says that the right and the left, are both pretty much the same, but the right doesn't have any power. Everything we see in society is from the liberals, the companies, TV stations, the sports team, everything, the movies, TV shows, everything is liberal. It's literally one-sided. You look at who's in charge of society, it's all the left. It's literally all liberals. Bill Gates, we can name a whole bunch of people, and it's all liberals. So even if the right is crazy, even if Republicans are crazy, they don't really have any power because they're not represented. And even when they make a comment, everybody says they're just racist. Like if you think about it, the left is way more vocal than the right because most conservative people just mind their business and just live their life. The left is at every rally, protest. They always into something. I remember I was watching one, a student was being interviewed and here comes this lady, just jumps in the conversation, like just jumps in, and he was like, "Well, I was interviewing him." She's like, "Well, I'm here now," and I'm just like, "But guess what? The guy was from our community, so she feels like she can speak for him because I'm telling y'all right now, liberals don't think you all have the brain capacity to handle anything that's above basic functions in life. So if it's not involved you eating or sleeping or dancing or playing a sport or anything above that, they have to come in and intervene. So I'm just letting you all know that liberals are very, very racist. They don't believe you have the capacity to do any of these things.
And that's why they think that a lot of people, I'm not talking about the elite people that was talking about it, but the ones who was kind of following along with it, they really believe that Black people need to not to have to show their ID to vote. They believe that they can't fill out the proper paperwork and do what they need to do to get their ID to go vote. Like the people in charge know that's not true, but the people that follow them, they believe that stuff. They believe that stuff. They think Black people are literate and ignorant, and they try to treat you as such.
And if you ask them, you say, I remember that one, they were going around different cities. They asked people in New York and in California, do Black people know how to get an ID? And it's funny because they asked our community and then they asked white liberals. White liberals was like, nah, they don't know how to get the ID. They don't know where the DMV is located. They don't know how to get there. Like it's all insulting stuff. And then when you go ask our community, everybody's like, who don't have an ID? Like it's almost insulting. Everybody I know that looks like me has an ID or a license. Everybody.
Yes.
Everybody. I don't know anybody that doesn't. So, and everybody I also know looks like me can also vote. So I'm just trying to figure out what are y'all talking about with all this stuff. But yeah.
Nothing. They talking about absolutely nothing. None of that made sense, in my opinion. I don't even know what that was about. That was like a quick little riff-raff and then it was gone. Because it's like, what are y'all talking about? We can't vote. We ain't got voting rights. And then somebody at my job tried to tell me that was true. And I was like, girl, I can't believe it.
Yeah, but y'all just broke the record. Y'all just broke the record last year. How'd y'all break the record if you couldn't vote? I just, my mind is just, but again, now you see how climate change is going to work because the guy, I was listening to this video, man, this guy said it. He said they give you two opposing ideas. These social engineers give you two ideas that oppose each other. And as long as you hold on to them two ideas, you'll be controlled. So think about somebody saying, we don't have the right to vote, but we broke the record voting last election.
Black girl magic, but we oppressed.
But we oppressed. We kings and queens, but we oppressed. It just don't make any sense.
You think giving up your rights is freedom? Y'all bet. Can you curse on YouTube? Do they flag you for cursing? I'm not gonna curse.
They'll flag this account. They won't flag nobody's foolish account. You can listen. One thing about YouTube, if you want to fit the stereotypes, if you want to be ignorant, if you want to, they'll listen. They're gonna support you. If you talk about stuff with character and you got some sense and all this, nah, you can't curse. Everybody else can curse, but you can't curse.
And they be nicking and everything else, probably.
Somebody said the BLM protests in your area, 90% Caucasians. Exactly.
Exactly. Because I've had white people, Caucasian people try to tell me about slavery and try to tell me about being oppressed and try to tell me my feelings, my neighbor. Like, how you gonna tell me what's going on in the Black community? Like, you don't know. You're going out based on TV. You haven't lived it. You haven't been around it. For you to try to tell me what I'm experiencing in my own community is ludicrous to me with your Biden Harris sign you got in your yard, sir.
Right. And they never ask you though. My
They
thing is
know
this.
that I voted for them. Like when I was like, when they asked about Biden, they were mouths hit the floor.
I'm like, why don't y'all ever ask?
Right.
They just assume, oh, we know, we handled it for you. You handled what for me? We took care of it. We
We march for you.
nah, don't do nah. Mm-mm.
I don't need y'all help.
I guarantee this. You want to see if they really care about you? Go against this climate change and see what happens.
They finna decimate you.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, you pour and all this until that climate change come. You better get in line
Them people is not finna help y'all. Them people
at all.
y'all. Them people finna get their new lung. Best believe they finna get their new lung, and they finna, because that's on the people on the video. Y'all have to go look at it. That video. What's that video? Is it called Alter Carbon? Is it?
Yeah, I didn't see a movie for it though.
The one that we had played last time, where it's a movie they have coming out on Netflix, or it came out or something like that, about immortality. And baby, them people is on there down for it. Them people is on there talking about, if I could put my mama back into her body.
Oh no, yeah, that was like a promo video for that season. It was a promo video for, I think, season 2 of Alter Carbon.
That wasn't a real documentary.
No, that wasn't real. No, that wasn't real. That was a promo. It looked real, didn't it?
That was real, Blanche. I got fooled.
In the end of the video, it said Alter Carbon season 2. I'm telling you.
And I read it. That's the crazy part. We talked about it.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, that's a movie.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind, y'all. It's still true though. It's still true. They still are trying to do those things. So transhumanism.
I mean, you and Tamir mentioned it earlier where y'all said, it's gonna be folks gonna want to go to get their consciousness transferred into the metaverse heaven.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and the Antichrist gonna control that. A lot of folks gonna be deceived because they're gonna have a fake heaven for you. And
that's gonna hurt. Yeah, it's gonna hurt when they change the program. And that's all it's gonna be. Y'all gonna get in there, they're gonna have it's gonna be basically all manufactured reality. And then and that's my fear, because it's like, what is it gonna stop you? What's gonna stop them from just switching it to something else? Oh, guess what? You're going to hell today, or guess what? You're going to Mars today. Like, who? Because once they have you in the system, you're not going to be able to get out.
I don't believe they can transfer your consciousness. I don't believe they can do it, because part of who you are is a living being. You have a soul. You got a spirit. So to me, they're not going to be able to transfer you into a program. What they're going to do is they're going to be able to transfer a compilation of who you are, who you've been as a person on this earth. Mm-hmm. So they'll transfer everything you probably said, your hobbies and all that stuff, into a program. They're not going to be able to transfer you. I guarantee when those people ask those transferred consciousness some hard questions, they're not going to be able to answer them.
Because it's not going to be real. It's going to be data.
Yeah, it's going to be data. It's all data. It's all data driven. So yeah, it won't be a real soul. Like somebody said, your memory.
Yes, and part of it that I know that I've just realized, because I was on Twitter like a few months ago, and it asked me to downvote. Like, did I want to downvote? I was on there arguing with somebody. It had to be like 6 months ago now. I was on there really arguing with somebody, and it asked me if I wanted to download their responses to me. And then it was like, we're not going to tell you. We're not going to tell them that you downvoted it. So I'm like, then what would be the purpose? If I can't tell you, if I can give you both fingers, then what would be the point of me doing it? And then I just sat and thought about it, that they basically just want to know what I like and don't like. They want to know what thoughts I don't like, and they want to know what thoughts I like. Because you liking the things that you're liking are creating a record for you. Like, whether people realize it or not, whether you truly like it or not, it's creating a record for you of all the things that you've ever liked. So they know what kind of food you like. They know what kind of clothes you like. They know what kind of music you like. They know what kind of people you like. They know what your type. They know everything about you just from Instagram. That's one app. So imagine how much tracking and how much stuff they really know about you based on things that you're typing into your search. They know, so it's easy to create another person. It's easy to create a second me. You know, like people sometimes say, Erica, I can hear you when you type. You know what I'm saying? Like basically when they're reading my typing, they can hear my voice. That's easy to manufacture. If you can hear my voice in my words, then that's easy to redo. All I gotta do is write the words again, right? So I mean, I know people are saying, well, we're already being tracked, and yes, I understand, but that's what is coming is going to be that on another level, because they're going to start stopping you from being able to do things based on what you like and based on what you're doing. They're going to be controlling those things. So it's very, very it's a very slippery slope that people are on, and I don't with this Seawalk it's going to snowball. It's about to snowball into something huge. Very
there's an actor named Mahershala Ali, and he has a movie called The Swan Song. And basically in that movie, it deals with, you know, he's I'm not giving it away, but he basically has cancer, and he has to download his everything into this clone. So he had a clone made, and basically he downloads it into, you know, the clone, and he's kind of reluctant. He doesn't want to do it. He's like, but he's dying. So it's almost like they'll probably could do it with a clone, but it still wouldn't be you though. I think that what everybody's gonna miss out on is them thinking it's gonna be like, it won't be you and another person, it's you experiencing it. It will be you as them, if that makes sense. It won't be you experiencing it, it's gonna be, you're gonna be gone. It's gonna be them experiencing you.
Oh, yes, and that's the thing when you think about it. Why they will these pronouns and why they fighting for that so hard? They want us to be. You don't know how many people gonna be in one case or one body or whatever they gonna call it. You don't. They can put 3, 4, 5 data people and it can rotate out and switch out. You might be 3 people. Like that's why it's gonna be a they and a them, because it could be however many. You don't know who in there. You don't know who is in the body because they can put anybody in there. Especially and when you think about it, especially like in the metaverse, like even now, you don't really know who those people are. Like I be telling my own kids, like you run around Roblox talking to these people, you don't know these people. You can only have the people that you have visibly seen and touched on your account. And that's the only people you can chat with. Because no, that's probably some grown, nasty, fat man trying to tell you jokes. And you think it's a kid. No. Mm-mm. So only people you know, y'all have to be very careful. Like I be telling my students too, like y'all, they just be tripping because social media is so common now. These kids, I'm like, y'all don't know who y'all are talking to. I was like, if you have never seen this person, you've never like they could be anybody. I said, then y'all post y'all locations all the time, and these are the middle schoolers I'm talking to. Y'all post y'all locations all the time. They share phones, just so y'all know. Y'all kids switch phones all day at school. So they be telling all y'all business and they be switching their phones. So you can all kinds of information. I know my kid have she have one of my cards on there. Like I'm like, y'all can't be doing all that stuff. These kids are really wild with their phones.
Somebody mentioned they can predict your shopping preferences and spy on your conversations, but they can't read your mind unless you get the Neuralink. That's another thing. Folks are going to get that Neuralink because they're going to want to have, they're going to think it's so cool to do. But that thing will really be, they're already saying they want to link. This is how I knew crypto was going to be a problem, because Bill Gates he's publicly against crypto, but he's secretly funding a company that wants to link crypto to your thoughts. So basically, they'll be able to predict when people want to buy crypto before they even buy them. So that way, I said, think about the power that has. If I know you want to buy something, I can just immediately raise the price of it.
Oh, they probably do that anyway, Glenn.
I know, right?
Listen. Let me tell you, I used to be, well, not used to, because I still do it. Those clear your cookies. Like when you search for a flight ticket, clear your cookies after, because I have before seen prices. I've been on my computer and been on my phone and got 2 different prices because I have searched on my computer before in the past. So we record this. So we know I'm coming back to search on here for the ticket. And they be making on my phone, it was like 1 something, on there I was like 3 something. Same at the same time. I was like, oh no. I know that they are intentionally tracking what we're doing. So I clear it out all the way out when I do, even on the apps. Like I'll delete them and reinstall them because I be thinking they tracking what I already searched.
Right.
And charging you higher prices for it. I believe that they're doing it already for a lot of stuff. I know y'all know they did that thing in Target. They do it in Target. You know that, right? Depending on the Target that you go to, well, they probably do that every store, but Target got caught because Target had that app. Basically, when you're near the store, the store pop up, and you can get all the stuff, like all the stuff that they have. It was, I guess, some way these two people were shopping at Targets on different sides of town, and some of the Targets are higher, like way higher, exorbitantly higher for some things, and some are much lower, depending on where you are in the city. Like it should be the same price for everybody in a city. The city not that big.
But what if they started basing making the price higher based on your social credit score?
Say it one more time.
So if you have a lower social credit score, stuff costs you more.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be true. Yeah, they're gonna make it where you basically your social credit score gonna continue to go down. It'll never. I feel like they're gonna push people all the way to the bottom. Like people who are middle class right now are going to be in the bottom. It's gonna be two classes, high and low.
That's it.
I'm gonna be in the woods, y'all. Somebody asked where we gonna be. Where you gonna be?
I won't be in these cities.
Yeah, they can't patent anything natural. That's why they had to alter their DNA so they can patent it. That DNA, that stuff that snake bite that they gave those people.
I bet them folks getting patented now though.
They patented now. It's patented.
Now I guarantee they gonna get on TV and say, because folks gonna start trying to buck, and they gonna remind them that you are property of such and such.
Ooh, that's gonna hurt.
You didn't read the fine print, because I know when y'all went to get them snake bites, it was a whole bunch of paperwork. So I know y'all didn't read. They didn't read through it because y'all don't read it anyway. I know y'all just went there and signed it and then took that. But I guarantee in that clause, it's gonna show you if we can prove any altering of your genetics or DNA, you are property of such and such.
Ooh. And the thing about it with this,
they're gonna be so. And listen,
I'm gonna be sad for them, but then I'm
gonna have my that mousse, some brand of mousse popcorn be like caramel and
this is good popcorn.
Yeah, good. I'm had that good expensive popcorn. I'm had that popcorn sitting there. I'm gonna have some water sitting there, and I'm gonna be sitting there enjoying the show, like Michael Jackson was in Thriller in the movies. I'm gonna sit back and I'm gonna watch, and I'm not gonna. And honestly, I'm not gonna feel bad. I'm not gonna feel because I know everybody had the same chance I got. So I don't have any. I lost my job behind this. I don't have no sympathy. And my job tried to deny unemployment too. So I really, I have no sympathy for nobody. I just don't.
Sure don't. The Door Cosmo said Roblox is where my son first learned of transgender. Lots of kids committed suicide at young ages, and I believe there's a lot of child. Oh yeah, man! Somebody stole my baby Bumblebee. That was my first experience with Roblox, and that's when I knew that it was not. That's when I started shutting it all down. It was like, no, if it's not a family friend or somebody that goes to your school, you can't chat with them on Roblox because they conned my baby out her bee, and like that stuff costs money. So they have this thing where you can trade with people. But you supposed to, when they drop their stuff in the box, you're supposed to drop your stuff in the box, and it's supposed to be at the same time. That's how you think they would do it. But Roblox didn't do that. They let you give yours and wait. They stole my baby Bumblebee. And that boy was just riding around on my baby bee, and she was passed out on the floor. I couldn't believe it. And it was a grown man.
What is Roblox?
It's like a little it's like a town. Like it's like a game that it's metaverse. It's not the metaverse, but it's like you have like
like the Sims used to be.
Yes, but they have games in there too. Like you can go, like you and your friends can meet up and go like play the game together and like jump on stuff and do that kind of stuff.
So
And
a
they
grown man stole a little.
yes, and he would not give it back. He would not. I was like, you are grown. Why would you steal my baby's bee? You can like ride on it because you have cars and like she can ride to a friend's house. It's like a regular city. Oh, I'm sorry, Pamela. This might be. I don't know if you have kids, but it's something for kids. But it's really a child predator playground. She don't play it no more though. She used to play it before. She thinks she's too big for it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can talk to other people. It's like it's a game. It's a video game or computer game. Yeah, it is kind of. Now I'm thinking about it, Steph. It's kind of like a metaverse. It is because it's like a little world. Because even if you don't shower, you get smelly, and then like you have to live like The Sims, I guess.
Mm.
Hmm. Well,
it's been real, you all.
it sure has. I appreciate. I didn't see it. We didn't have this many comments last time. I don't know if I didn't see them or what, or if most people caught it on time this time. So I appreciate y'all coming. Come back.
Yeah, we'll be back. Should be back next week, man. Same time.
Same
With
back.
this, we got a great show next week. It may take 2 weeks to do it though. 2 episodes.
It's kind of like Fortnite Mimi, yes. Yeah, it might take 2 episodes because there's a lot
like
of
Fortnite, kind of like Fortnite. Yeah.
It's a lot of facets to it, but I'm excited to Blanche. I'm gonna talk to Blanche. Y'all want Blanche to give y'all a teaser? I feel like y'all not gonna be shocked enough if Blanche give y'all a teaser. I want y'all to be engrossed like a movie.
But even the movie has a trailer though. I mean,
but it don't tell a. I mean, it tell a plot. But okay, so what you gonna do and where they not gonna know what the ending is? Exactly. They still the trailer don't give the ending.
Oh no, okay. I can get a clip. I can get a clip.
Okay. Well, if Blanche can find y'all something. Bye, Ancy. Love you too. Yeah, Pamela.
All right, y'all. All right, Nancy. All right, y'all. Love y'all. Thank y'all so much.
Bye, y'all.
All right.
See y'all Saturday.
All right.
Bye.